How's everybody feeling today?
Oh my gosh, so great.
Good. Good. It's Rizz's vacation week, which is going to be wild for us.
Yep. Daddy's out of town.
That's right.
Yep. We're going to bring in extra kids, have a big party.
We're going to have a keg. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
It really is going to be a good week, guys.
Yeah.
I feel it. I know it. We're all re-energized from, I'm sure, very busy weekends. And what better way to kick it off with 420? You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Rizz really does celebrate every year, man.
Somebody gifted me some of that Willie Nelson spirits. It's THC spirits, dude. I'll bring it in. We'll get weird.
Okay.
I saw some wood down by the dumpster on the way in. I think we could probably build a treehouse while he's gone.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
A
much
fort.
fun for activities.
Inside the office, you mean?
Yes,
Sure.
of course. Where else?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good way to start off the day. I love how when I said that, everybody went into their 420 impression, which includes, kind of closing your eyes halfway.
What do you mean, man?
The Robert De Niro? These shoes?
Yeah, we'll get into a lot of 420 stuff later. Lern put together quite the packet of 420 facts and lists and
Cannabis correspondent, dude.
Yeah, man.
I go to the dispensaries. I'm in the know.
Yeah, you are our expert.
You want to take a magnifying glass to this bud, dude, and see how multicolored it is? I'm your bud tender.
I was in a dispensary in where was it? In Vancouver, actually, a Canadian dispensary.
Whereabouts?
We were. I don't even know where. We were down to the gas district or the light district or whatever.
It's the gas light with the old spaghetti factories there.
It is right. Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. We were just walking through and I forgot that it was 420 coming up until I walked in. I was with a bunch of the band guys and one or two of them was like, "Oh, hang on, I got to stop." So we all went and hang out and man, it was 420 sale, 420 this, 420 concert, 420 that.
Great.
It looked like it's going to be a good week for all you guys.
A little 420 on a Monday.
It's going to be fun.
Taking the week off.
You know what we should do too? And this was Lern's suggestion. She's like, the Point has so many good 420 songs.
Even more than Keishi, yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, I know so. I looked at both libraries and it could be because I'm 41.
A lot of 311.
But these songs on the Point, Matt, when I think about 420 songs, I think of songs from the Point.
Yeah, she's not talking about. 311 isn't like weed songs. That's just weed vibe.
Who's got?
We're talking like on the nose.
Oh,
like
I don't know, man.
Like right after this hour, we'll do hits from the bong.
Hits from the bong. Yes.
From Cypress Hill.
Oh,
that
I always
kind of
thought
stuff.
that was a metaphor.
Perhaps.
For what? For
depends on how high you are.
The Prussian War of 1812.
Oh, yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah, we'll see. How's everybody's weekend?
It's great.
Yeah.
Rizz took off on Friday, right? So he's been down. He's been off grid. His emails were even bouncing back.
Oh yeah, he left the building at like 10:15 and immediately went into do not disturb. I was like, hey man, because I didn't get to say bye to him. I was like, hey, have a good time.
Yeah.
I was like, notified him anyway.
He's already 4 shades darker for sure.
It.
Scott, what'd you do this weekend?
I had a nice busy weekend. I did worship at church, so 4 times there, and then but Saturday was awesome. Went to a friend's home and they built a new place and it's on 15 or so acres with a pond and just
living the Missouri
endless
dream.
fun. But I should have brought it in here. He trapped a raccoon. He's like, hey, would you carry this over? So I was at the end of the property, got to hold on to the raccoon. He was grabbing my pants. It was the coolest.
You're living my dreams this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. What did they do? What'd you do with it?
I had to leave it there.
He ate it.
Yeah,
okay.
It was sitting on
Supposed to
the his back patio whenever I left. But
What are they going to do with it?
he's not sure yet. He's like, do I make it a pet or not? He was trying to debate. I'm like, you should. You have to.
Don't.
And I also taught him about possums. Don't kill possums.
Yeah, don't kill
All right?
possums. They're just looking for
They're
a
the
nice
best.
place
And he's
to
like,
go.
really? He didn't know all the facts about possums. And I'm like, dude.
They eat ticks.
Yeah. Those are my future pets, by the way. Those things right there.
I love possums.
All the facts about possums.
Oh, they're incredible creatures.
I'm glad it was a good weekend, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
You
outdoors.
And
then
you
also
nature.
played guitar. And then I guess I did poor enough where Sunday the music leader was like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to like learn some of these systems with guitar. And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, dude.
No,
You're
it's
learning.
good.
That's great.
No, I'm ready.
What about you, Lern?
We had 9 Mile Garden Show.
Oh, my
Lineros
gosh.
did-
Everybody performing this
Everybody.
week.
It was
The
performance
whole
weekend.
show.
And it was our first time. It was actually almost a year to the day since it got rained out last year because we were supposed to play there last April.
That's right.
And then it got rained out, and it almost got rained out on Saturday, but the sun actually came out at like 1 o'clock when we took the stage. It was a little cold, but people showed up and showed out. It was awesome. A lot of Point listeners, a lot of Keishi
Heck yeah.
listeners. It It was very nice. And that place rules. They're getting that indoor facility wrapped up. They're starting to get that down to like almost a grand opening, and they can't wait. That thing is going to be awesome for an indoor show.
Yeah, they're amazing down there. They run a great show. If you haven't been down to 9 Mile Garden, definitely do it. Especially the next time Lern's going to play. Do not miss
5
it.
food trucks. It was great.
Yeah.
Had some nachos.
Show was good.
Show was great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Shout out to Chris, the sound guy. He made us. That wind didn't take us very far. So
That's awesome.
yeah, we had a good time. And then watched Coachella from the couch on Saturday night. Couchella, which was great. Got to see the 9 Inch Nails show again, the Boys Noise 9 Inch Noise show, and they killed it again. It was just so damn good.
What was your outfit?
What did I wear? I had my Adam Sandler outfit on, so I had on like basketball shorts.
Coachella outfits are different.
Headdress, yeah, that's
basketball
appropriate.
shorts and like a KWK.
Yeah, she culturally
old school
appropriated
shirt.
quite a bit.
I did.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Hey, man, it's okay at Coachella.
That's right. For some reason.
White girls in headdresses, pretty cool.
So Saturday was an all-day thing. Like the band's playing all day.
1 to 4, and then I came home and just chilled.
Did some of it get rained out? Because I didn't know anything about y'all's weather. And my daughter, who lives just a few hours west, said that there's a tornado over her house.
Yeah, that was Friday, I guess.
It was further out that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Mountaintop lost their sign.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
It didn't hit you guys though.
No.
It
It was sunny where I was at.
Oh, okay.
I was out Friday.
Overland was sunny. It was so funny. My wife was
I
in
thought you
hail.
meant the sign for a second, and I was like, the irony if Mountaintop Motors sign blew into Overland and landed on your house. And I'm like, dude, you got to move. Everything keeps landing on your house.
I didn't put trampolines on my roof, but no. Yeah, my wife was sitting in hail and it was just coming down like crazy. And I stepped on the back porch and the sun was still there. And it was like, this is amazing, the difference.
Nice. Well, very cool. Rafe, I know you were out of town. Did you go to Texas?
I went to Texas.
Okay, I know that because you kept talking about how much Terry Blacks you were going to eat.
Yeah,
And
he
I
still
did.
smells like Terry Black's.
And I did. I went to Terry Black's and went ham on it. God dang, it's good, dude. I know it's like touristy, but it lives up to the hype. They're printing money for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
And they opened up another location, too.
There's several.
Yeah.
And there's a line out the door at every single one. And it's like it is a assembly line of getting people through the line. I mean, there's probably, the line was probably, we were probably like 300 people back, and we only waited for like 20 minutes, maybe.
Wow.
That's actually very impressive.
Dude, that's a roller
It's
coaster
just like
line.
they come in, and it's like, what side? And they're just like, there's a side cafeteria style there, and there's a little, you're just moving through. And there's people grabbing your trays. They got people being like, is this yours? They set it up there. They weigh out the meats. You're gone. And then you're on your own finding
Oh,
a
so it's
seat.
not a sit down.
It is, but you got to find your own.
Yeah, good luck.
And there's people like, just some people walking around with trays. Families separated, like it is.
Can you imagine somebody
Big
getting up
business.
there? Did you see anybody get up there after about 20, 25 minutes in line and not know what they want? Right, you get punched
They
right in
don't
the
even
face
let
for
you.
that.
They
They got security.
got people checkpoints in line where we're like, any questions about the menu? There's like people, they're on it.
Really?
There's like a dude in an apron standing there telling you about all the sides. They got the different sides of like, this is the size you get if you order this.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
with the fan, like they're kind of schooling you as you go through. I mean, it is a barbecue factory, and there's people everywhere, and they are printing money because it's 2 people. What do you think it costs for 2 people? No drinks. 2 people, 2 waters.
Oh man,
Terry Black's.
2 people, 2 waters.
$25.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll say $75.
King Scott.
Sorry, I was trying to read what.
What do you think it costs for 2 people to get Terry Black's? No, 2 waters, meat and sides only.
No soda, no booze.
1 banana pudding to split.
Well, it's
Oh,
one of the
banana
most
pudding's
popular
involved? Hold
restaurants
up.
You
in
didn't
the
say
country.
nothing about that.
I'm
I
gonna
say
say
$90.
I'm going
Really?
$56.
Okay.
Terry, I'm gonna. It's got to be a little better. I'm gonna say, let's go $40.
$178.
Oh my gosh, what?
Before tip.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Before tip.
No, dude.
And they have a line out the door.
Out the door. That's what I said. I go,
Me too,
man.
Mama Moon. Me too.
And we didn't go crazy. We
Wow.
got the smallest sides. I did get a beef rib, which there's only one way to get that. And that's like $38. So I'll chalk that up to me, but that's still $150 out the door for 1 meat each and some sides and some banana pudding. And I was like, man, this guy is sitting on a mountain of gold.
Dude, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
Had a whole bunch of good shows. I had my first headlining show at Moon Tower. It was awesome. Some Rizz Show people came out that live in Austin, so shout out to them. And super fun weekend, man. A whole bunch of comedians, a whole bunch of cool shows and fun times and yada, yada, yada. and it was good. And then I got my flight delayed coming home, so it was the full.
Oh man, I
texted Rizz.
You have a knack for that.
Because I forgot he was off. And I go, hey man, heads up, my flight's delayed.
Oh, yesterday you did?
Yeah, and he goes,
I don't care.
That's your problem. And I go, okay, just letting you know. And he goes, I'm unplugged. I even turned my emails off. You'd be proud of me. Because I was like, whoa, you turned your emails off? Like, you don't ever do that.
I know. That's the first time in 12 years of working with
I go, just a bit, doing a bit. Ha, ha, ha. Everything's fine. I'll be there in the morning. And then I didn't text him after that. So, yeah, he's committed to this anniversary. But when I got through TSA yesterday, dude, I had my pre-workout in my bag, my exploder. And the guy, he's like, it flagged. Like sometimes they'll pull it out because it's powder.
Yeah, they got to dust it.
He dusted it and he goes, yeah, we got to do the full pat down, man. And he goes, whatever it is, it must be good stuff. And I go, I mean, it is. It will get you hyped, but it's definitely not cocaine, but thank you. And as I turn around, they take all my stuff, because I'm sure you've been pulled out of line before, right?
Oh, many times.
So they pull me out of line, and I turn around and TSA pre-check, and I see Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn. And I'm like, two things go through my head. Huh? They go everywhere together. Because I go, hey, that's Ronnie Brooks. And then I looked at the guy next to him, I go, holy hell, that's Kicks Dunn. And they were just like hanging out, coming through pre-check together, and I was like, these guys really love each other, man. Like, I just imagine their life together. I go, hey, there ain't no Brooks without Dunn, dude. Like, if you pull Brooks, I was like, what if you pulled Kicks Brooks out to pat him down? I feel like Ronnie Dunn would be like, hey, you gonna pat down Brooks? You gonna pat down Dunn? Because we could do everything together. And I was like, these guys are truly, it was just like, and the TSA guy was kind of being cool, but his buddy wasn't. And he's like, Caleb's gonna pat you down. I go, first of all, don't want to pat down from a guy named Caleb. I just didn't know that about myself.
Caleb.
Don't do that. He goes, we got to do a pat down. And then he goes, Caleb, get over here. And I go, no.
His nickname's Caleb.
I go, I'll wait. Get someone else. I don't want Caleb patting me down.
What?
I don't even like that.
Why?
There's
What's
just
wrong
something
with a
about, I
Caleb?
don't.
Dude, are you a Caleb phobe?
No, it just does. That does not sound like a security person to me.
It's like a cute boy.
I don't, if someone's like,
boy.
don't worry about, hey, I know you got a stalker who's threatening your life, but don't worry. Caleb is here to protect you. I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like, change it to something else. Go buy kale or something.
Roger.
But he comes over and he's like giving me the rundown, and I see Brooks and Dunn coming through line, and all their stuff's like coming through the detector, and I'm like, I gotta get a picture with these guys.
Yes.
And I was like, come on, man, Pat, come on. And he's like, I gotta read you all the thing, and he's like reading off this card so slow, and he's like, all right, the front of my hands are going to go up near the crotch area. Blah, blah, blah. They got to tell you like what they're going to do to you. And I'm like, dude, you touch me anywhere you want. Just go. Let's go. And I was like, you can literally grab my junk right now, man. Just let me have my phone so I can take a picture.
I'm trying to get to Starbucks with Ronnie Brooks.
And I go, can I just get my phone so I can get a picture? And I was like, if I can get a picture of Brooks and Dunn with me while I'm getting patted down at TSA, it'll make my life. And the guy just wouldn't play ball and give it to me. And I watched him and they were taking their time and they were putting their little belt on and putting their shoes on. And I was like, man, come on, dude, hurry up. And like,
put their belts and shoes on. They don't have pre-check?
It was pre-check, but for some reason, Ronnie Dunn took his belt and boots off. If you're in Austin and Brooks and Dunn got to take their boots off, this is some serious
and
TSA.
their belt buckles.
Wow.
You would think they would just be like,
yeah, come on through, guys.
That's
come
Brooks
on, boys.
and Dunn, dude. That was a hard-working man, okay? Neon Moon.
Yeah.
Put them on the next flight to Nashville. But it was kind of funny, man. They were just like regular people looking up at the board, trying to figure out their flight. And I was like, they were kind of hanging out for a minute. And I'm like, I'm going to get this. This guy hurries up. And he just blew it for me, dude. He would not give me my phone.
Hold up. Did Brooks and Dunn write Neon Moon?
Yeah.
Because Casey Musgraves was at Coachella this weekend, and she was doing Neon Moon. And I could not for the life of me figure out, because I know that song's one of the most iconic country songs ever. And I'm like, who the hell? Like, and I didn't want to look it up. I was like, I know who wrote it. And of course, it's Brooks and Dunn.
Yo, in the Alabama Dirtbags, it became very clear how important Brooks and Dunn is in this world when we realized that we were doing 4 Brooks and Dunn songs. We had to cut songs because we're like, oh my gosh, guys, we've now accumulated 4 of the biggest hits of our set, and they're from the same guys.
Right.
We can't do this. Is turning into a Brooks and Dunn tribute set.
Yes, the belt buckles emerged.
Oh yeah, we're brand new manning.
Yeah.
And they're bangers, though.
They're the best.
They've got about 20 bangers that are just like...
Yeah, we start the set with...
I didn't appreciate them as much as I should have
back then.
in the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think they got so much airplay, you kind of got sick of them. But now, like, when I go back and revisit it, I'm like...
Yeah.
These dudes were crushing it.
It's a standard for a reason. And great dudes.
They look pretty good.
Yeah, they seem like they're nice people.
Yeah. I think one is like a he was a pastor, and then he was like writing songs or something. I was like, well, I think I could do this.
The other
Which
guy
one had the
looks-
mustache?
That's
Did they both have
amazing.
mustache?
One's a beard, tall
Okay.
beard. That's Ronnie Brooks.
Yeah, and they're both rails.
Or
They're
that's
both
Ronnie
thin.
Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
They're both these thin-looking cats.
120
You're like,
pound
how did you
guys.
stay
Big
like
old
that?
hats.
Kix Brooks looks like that Kinky Friedman guy that ran for president.
I don't know who that is.
Texas.
Remember that video or that movie I got to shoot last August and outside of Nashville? It was in a cabin, and that's the cabin where Brooks and Dunn wrote a lot of their hits.
Oh, get out of
Really?
here.
Is
That's
that where you
cool.
brought me the Johnny Cash thing from?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you- telling me-
Because he ended up marrying, or was about to marry, I think it was Dunn was about to marry Johnny Cash's daughter, so he got to live in a house for
Whoa.
free, and then
Whoa.
it didn't happen.
So you're there at the airport. You see these two.
Mm-hmm.
You're obsessed as you are with country music and this and that, and you don't come back with a photo of some sort or an autograph.
You know what's crazy, dude? I met Amanda Shires at a thrift store. But I was like, she wasn't giving off, I would like to take a picture with you. Like, she was
In a
very
thrift
nice.
store.
She was like in the back of a thrift store. And I was looking at some, like, Pearl Snap shirts, some, like, retro Pearl Snaps. And I was like, these are cool. And I just looked up and I go, that's a very attractive woman. I go, she looks like Amanda Shires. And then I go, oh, that is Amanda Shires. So I heard her talking. She's got kind of a mousy voice. She was married to Jason Isbell. She's one of the high women with Brandy Carlisle, etc.
Okay.
Very talented.
yeah, okay.
Really great fiddle player. Very talented lady. And I was just like, I forgot I was in Austin. You know, you go to these cities and you forget. Like, I'm like, oh, this is a music town I'm probably going to run into.
Yeah, this is a major city
Yeah.
Yeah.
where people live.
And I snuck off during... I had a break in my shows. I had a show at like 6 o'clock one night. Didn't have one till 10, so I had a break, and I went to the Continental Club, and I caught Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother, Greg Vaughn.
When he's here,
No.
Stevie Ray's
I was trying to
brother
think of the
is
funniest name I could think of.
Caleb Vaughn.
Caleb Vaughn. Greg Caleb Vaughn. 'Cause I guess they used to play in a band together.
Okay.
You know, and the guy who was in... This is a crazy thing I didn't know. The guy who was in, like, Silicon Valley... The guy who was Needle-Nosed Ned in Groundhog's Day.
Uh-huh.
You know that guy?
Yes.
It's like,
Ned.
he played in a band with Stevie Ray Vaughan and his brother.
That's right.
The
it
dude from
wasn't
Tulsa
Double
King?
Trouble?
The bald guy that's like, remember
bald
me?
guy.
Needle-Nosed Ned. The guy that falls in a hole in Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it was that band, and they were playing at the Continental Club, and Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother can rip.
I'd hope
That's
so.
all. Greg or Gary?
Ned,
Which,
Ned,
I mean,
Ned
he's-
Ryerson was playing?
Ned Ryerson was playing.
that's awesome.
Greg Caleb Vaughn.
Wow. Get out of here. Well, that's cool. Amanda Shires, Stevie Ray's brother, and Ned Ryerson.
So all the big stars.
Ned Ryerson?
What a
Jeez.
weekend, man.
All the big stars.
That is nice. Well, my weekend was interesting, and it was completely packed, filled with amazing memories and all these different things, including 2 sold-out shows, Vancouver and Seattle, which, by the way, Seattle's one of the coolest cities on earth.
Don't you,
Rizz
don't
is a
you
total fool.
pass over what your weekend started with? Smelly
Well,
person.
no, I'm getting there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I created so many memories. I got to play with Dickie Barrett from... well, I'll just start there. Dickie Barrett from the freaking Mighty Mighty Boston.
That's awesome.
I mean, like, maybe the front man for the band that had the song that defined an entire... Between No Doubt, maybe, and the impression that I get, I think it kind of defined that whole 90s ska, punk, pop,
Skanking
crossover.
everywhere, yes.
Everything.
Yeah, all those sellouts.
The song is truly timeless. And I get the call on Thursday. I'm flying out on Thursday. I get the call on Thursday morning, a text right before we do our show here.
Yeah.
That, hey, man, can you fill in? Sullivan's guitar player is sick. And I said, oh, fill in this weekend, like tomorrow.
Right.
He said, yeah, we'll send you the songs. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I don't have time because I'm going to go home. I got to get my stuff. I got to catch a flight to Denver. Then, I'll be in the airport without my guitar. And then I got to go to Vancouver, and I'll have like a half a day to learn this. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I just say yes, because
Right.
I typically bite more than I can chew, and then I'll just figure it out. And so I get this news, and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Sullivan travels with Dickie Barrett. Dickie Barrett has been coming out to these shows. He'll fly out to these shows, and they perform the impression that I get. But I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about, like, man, I got a lot of songs to learn real fast. And then we're in sound check on Friday, and Dickie Barrett is the only guy in the entire venue. This is an enormous venue, and he's just sitting there like this on a chair with his hands with his arms crossed, and I'm going, oh God, I forgot what key this is in, much less how to play the thing.
Right.
So then the impression that I get starts, and I'm like, it, you know the intro.
Well,
like,
you were playing it here during commercial breaks. You grabbed a guitar off the wall in the
That was the
hall.
first time I was just like, I got to find where it is in the key.
The chord chart was still up here.
Because I'm an ear guy.
Right.
So, so I'm doing it. And then Dickie comes up, and, he's got the most unique voice in all of rock and roll. And he's like, I didn't make you nervous, did I? And I was like, just a little bit. It's kind of weird. I've never played this is the first time I was plugged in, by the way, because, I was doing it in rehearsal over here and then in a hotel room. And I was like, I've never played a riff for the very first time in front of the guy who made it platinum.
Right. Kind of a Dickie move, wouldn't you say?
Oh.
A Dickie move, yeah. No, he was awesome, though. And so performing with him, he does 2 songs in the set. I got that going. Vancouver, like you said, big full city. Lachlan Monroe, he's a big actor. You'd know this guy's face. He was in Scary Movie and a couple other things, and like he was a fan. He wasn't even there like with anybody. He came up afterwards at the merch when we were just like signing, and just introduced himself to me and Herrera, and was just hanging. Most
That's
lovely
so
dude,
awesome.
like
That's
coolest dude. He was
cool.
just a fan. He's a fan of music, and he just came and kind of hung out.
Yeah, he seems like a really fun goofball.
Oh, dude, it
person.
was spectacular. Then we went down to Seattle. Seattle's one of the most beautiful cities on earth. Incredible food, sold out show. Again, Dickie Barrett, sold out Goldfinger, hanging with all these different people. But what I took away from the weekend the most was one of my flights.
Oh, yeah.
I sat down. I'm a window guy, as you know. I sat down in a window. And then last minute, and they said it was a sold-out flight, so I didn't even have any hope that nobody was going to be next to me. And I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. I'm one of these people. I'm a squeezer, I kind of squeeze like this, and I'll lean. So I don't touch anybody. I'm not anywhere near anybody. I'm in my zone, so I'm like this in the window. And this person sits down, and within 10 seconds, I realized I'm sitting next to the worst-smelling person I've ever smelled in my entire life. And this is not for the radio. This is not for drama. I had to keep turning my head to the plastic window shade and trying to smell just the plastic to try to get it out of my head. And I wasn't trying to be dramatic, and I wasn't trying to be rude, because I felt like I was being rude. But I turned in my head, but I mean...
You're Blair Witching it in the
guys,
plane.
I was in the corner. I was just like this.
You were trying to put your head out the window like a dog.
I was like this, but the window was closed, and I was trying to smell the plastic.
It's got that little hole in it for pressure. You had your nose your nostril up against it, like on the glass, like you were trying to suck in the fresh air from outside.
This is why you take a mask.
Guys.
Just in the event that a smelly person or COVID is around.
You're not going to believe this. At one point, I actually picked up the wipey that they give you to clean, because I clean that little screen if they got one, and you clean your, I always like rub the armrest, and then I kind of wipe down the tray table. I took that, which I had stuffed in the little pocket, and I put that up by my face.
Oh, no. Had all the
It had all
germs of everything
Yeah,
else.
it had everything else. I'm going... I'm getting teary-eyed because...
Ew. Can you describe the body odor?
Okay, and
Why'd you wipe her
was it poop?
down?
No. This is the wildest thing. You would assume this is an older person maybe, or like a big old man or something like that, because I've sat next to some stinky dudes before. This was a young woman.
Oh, no.
And guys, when I say it was an intense combo of truly the worst BO I've ever smelled, but also like other things.
Like powdery, no?
No powder, no dryness anywhere.
Ew.
Yeah.
A wet body odor, turd smell.
Yes, everywhere. It was BO, but also like, I'm not sure if this person cleans correctly.
How old
if
are
that
we
makes
talking?
sense.
Young person. You said young woman.
Can I make a confession?
Go, yeah.
I never saw her face.
Well, no.
I never was able.
Too busy looking at her.
Oh, eyes up here, buddy.
Armpits.
No.
Hey, my armpits are up here.
I could never actually like look at her. I just remember when she sat down, I was like, oh, okay, that's not a big person. Like, you know, this will be easy to stay in my.
Felt like you won the lottery.
Yeah, I was like,
first.
oh, okay, cool, you know, whatever. And but I couldn't tell you an age. I'm just telling you that nothing has ever compared to that. So much that it covered the whole weekend. I'll remember that more than I'll remember playing with Dickie.
It's true, because smell is at the very basin of our memories.
You're right.
You know, you will smell something
You're
and
right.
it'll take you right back to the nostalgia.
Sounds like a
There's
line
been
from a
studies,
movie.
you know.
That was good.
Thank you.
I was trying to think of what my.
Smell is at the very basin of our memory. It's like a line from Westworld.
I was trying to think of what my options.
These robots
were.
can smell.
What are my options in this scenario?
Well, you this is one of those, because we talked about this on Friday, actually, because Rizz read your text on the air.
Oh, he
And
did?
he alerted St. Louis that you were seated next to a smelly person.
Wait. He read my text on the air. What did I say?
You were just like, this is the worst smelling person I've ever smelled. Oh, my OMF. No. You know,
I don't know.
it's.
I think
it's
9/11
when
was
you-
an inside job.
Like,
we
what
read
did I
all your
say, dude?
texts.
It was awesome.
you
You said a
really-
lot of bad
Kinda weird.
things.
It was weird that you pivoted into 9/11 being an inside job, but we were like, okay, dude, whatever.
But yeah, it's like you hope that you have like your emergency backup mask, so you can at least have something you could put like you could put your rag that you were smelling from the germs of every surface of the airplane in there. You know?
So I wrote, this is hands down the worst smelling person I've ever smelled. I feel like an actual a-hole, but I have to turn my head. Oh my freaking gosh. This person is on my next plane. If I have to sit next to her, I'm going to ask to move planes. And then Rizz said, shame on the airline for allowing this.
I know. Like, what are they?
What are they supposed to
So
do?
you only had one flight with her next to you?
I don't know. Next to me, yeah. Just
Okay,
the
good.
one flight. Just the one flight.
Yeah.
But what are my options? Because I'm not kidding. I spent a number of hours just like trying to think. What
I would
can
do in that setting is you did the right thing, but I would stick my hand in that little
in the pocket.
Yeah, the pocket thing, and just scoop out whatever's down there and just keep
And
smelling that the whole time.
Okay, that's a gross idea.
Okay.
How about this nurse trick? Always keep Vicks in your pocket to rub under your nose in case you end up in a room that smells like turds. Thank you, 314 on the Schroer text line.
They have they have a menthol thing you can put in a mask, but man,
That's not a bad idea.
that's a lot of work on your end. But yeah, you could have it. They do have like this menthol stuff. Same thing when I used to work in surgery and I didn't know it. They would, like, if someone you had to clean out like a gangrenous wound or something, it was
Yeah.
knock you out.
That's what this smells
Gonna
like a
knock
wound.
you out. Duh.
And poo and BO, and it was awful. And
Airlines aren't going to be, they're barely maintaining, let alone going to be able to handle a stink problem.
also, and here's the other thing too is this just happened to be a person that was like high impact. And what I mean by that is like she was constantly moving.
I thought that was. I thought
So
that
just
was a
kept the
Steven
whiffs
Seagal
kept
movie.
coming.
The whiffs kept coming, and I'm not saying like she wasn't like banging anything around, but she was like constantly moving and fidgeting.
Every time she lifted one cheek, it was like the smell
Dude,
renewed.
I would not have noticed had it not been just for like every puff of air that came over. I was just like, what? You know, I was doing that stinky finger guy
Yeah.
where he goes, bleh. That's how I
Oh,
felt
God.
every moment. So that's enough of that.
Well, you
But,
know what? I feel like we had this question: the would you rather have like a crying baby next to you or a smelly person?
Oh, crying baby.
crying baby
All day.
all day. That's right. Yeah.
All day. What's the longest flight you guys have done?
I've been to London, however long that was.
Okay.
Russia was long as hell.
Russia's gnarly,
Yeah.
gnarly.
I do want to say, go ahead, Scott.
I think, isn't LA to Sydney? That's pretty far.
That's pretty far.
I
That's
think that was my
14
furthest.
13 or 14 hours? Well, now?
I want to say before you get into long flights, what's going on at the airport, man? You were delayed. I was delayed.
Oh, I was delayed.
Southwest, I got on, I'm like, I know I complain about it a lot. Southwest is falling.
Yeah.
White House down. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just like, I haven't had a flight not be delayed. It's all the airlines, but Southwest specifically, and I'm like, I left 4 hours after you said I would. I got home late last night. You almost didn't get me on that flight where I was going to have to miss a day of work. The Wi-Fi on the flight didn't work, and they're like, we don't know what's going on. It's just not, it won't fire up. And then,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, cool, so I paid for something. I didn't get half of the things that I wanted what will my refund be? Oh, $0? Great. It's just like, what a good racket where you really don't have to deliver the product anymore, and you don't have to give people's money back.
Well, three of my 5 flights were slightly delayed because of mechanical problems. So that was nerve-wracking.
So they say.
That was nerve-wracking. Well, no. I'm saying while I was on the plane, we were waiting, and then the guy would come over and be like,
Saw a guy with a wrench.
we're about 20 minutes behind. We have to fix a mechanical problem. And I was like, oh, man, here we go again. This is interesting. But I also noticed that 2 of them were overbooked, and the ladies would come up and say, all right, this flight is full. It's actually overbooked. If we could get 3 people to volunteer, we'll give you vouchers that are good for a year. And you know what I wanted to say was...
how long it'll take you to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was, they'll give you up to $1,200. Hold out.
Yeah.
Because they always start at like $300.
Yeah.
And, you're supposed to hold out, haggle.
Yep.
Raise them up.
Now, does everyone have to get on board with that?
Yeah,
Because if they get their 3, they get their 3.
They get their 3. They always do.
So this is an auction of who wants to make money.
That's what I'm saying.
What's your buyout?
Somebody needs their own megaphone to say, hold out.
That's
Go
awesome.
high. Make them pay. I'll tell you what, though. Air New Zealand.
And if you put a little Vicks on that megaphone, you solve 2 problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Air New Zealand, I've flown them before. Pretty cool. There's whatever. They're now offering beds to economy travelers. They have a 3-tier bunk bed or sleep pod that they'll make available starting in November in Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner aircraft for those long-haul flights direct from New York to New Zealand.
Oh, I thought this was across New Zealand's island.
You can get a bunk bed, dude.
What?
That's awesome.
I've only flown once in first class where it lays down.
Yeah.
And, of course, it was like a 2-hour flight, so
Didn't even get to enjoy as much?
No, but as soon as we took off, I was like, whoop, I'm just going to lay down for 2 hours, even if I don't need it.
Right.
I had to do it. I had to take advantage. You have to pre-book a 4-hour time slot, by the way. So here's the cool thing. This isn't a seat like a first-class seat that lays down. This is you have an economy seat, and then you book a 4-hour nap.
Right.
And then when it's your scheduled time, you walk on back. Hopefully they change the sheets, and it's only $300. An extra $300 on top of the fare.
That's not bad.
A 4-hour nap laying down
On an international flight?
on a 20-hour flight or whatever that is, 18 hours or something like that.
That's a win.
So there's only 6 beds arranged in 2 stacks of 3 between cabins, so it's tight, but you can't sit up. It's almost like those bunks that we had back in the
buses?
Yeah, the back end buses.
Yeah.
Kinda
Oh, yeah, the ones that fold down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't move your legs. You can't kneel. You can't crawl. You have to slip into the space and go to sleep. No drinks, no food, no kids, no additional guests, no shoes, no smells. They actually put this in the
No
thing.
blades. No
blows. You are not allowed to be in there if you have any perfumes or potions or extreme smelling lotions.
I'm out. I always carry potions.
So they rhymed?
Yes, no potions, no lotions.
Wow, that's cool.
And no sleeping in. When your turn is up, somebody's going to wake you with a gentle change in lighting, and if that doesn't work, a flight attendant will throw your ass back in your seat.
Oh.
So can you do
Somebody
2?
else hop in? Is this like the Navy where you're fart sacking?
Every 4 hours, it switches out. And they do switch out the pillows, the blankets, and the sheets. They're refreshed in between every napper.
Well, that's
man.
good.
Speaking of sheets,
Oh, no.
Go on.
forgot about this. I spilled so much soy sauce on a...
What are you doing with soy sauce near a sheet?
Shut up, man.
You're eating in the hotel?
What are you have you lost it?
I had a rough
Shirt
night,
on or
Austin.
off?
You had crisscross applesauce.
like
You're eating soy
Next
sauce?
to the hotel, there was all these food trucks because Austin's kind of a food truck city. And it was like 3 a.m. And I was like, I got some. They had there was like a guy. It was crazy because there was a guy at the taco stand that would sing like a song like, guacamole, guacamole, I done taco, who wants done taco? And people were, there was a drunk older white couple, and they were dancing, but they started grinding to this guy.
Oh, dang.
First time I've ever seen people hard grinding to guacamole.
Acapella.
And guacamole.
Hey,
The guy was like, guacamole, guacamole, and dancing on a picnic table. And then I look over, and this older white couple is just like, this guy's just like on his lady's butt, just grinding hard on her.
Oh,
and I was
dang.
like, this is disturbing. This is an affront to avocados, in my opinion.
Get it, boy.
And I went
Get
to
some
the
of that
walk
Haas.
place, and man, they had like those flimsy styrofoam boxes full of rice. And I just was sitting on the edge of the bed, and I went to kick my feet up, and like the the dam burst, dude, and like all the juice of like some kind of General Tso's chicken, to the point that I was like, oh.
Did you eat it off the bed?
Yes.
No. Okay.
You did. You scraped it off.
Well, that's not the problem.
Okay.
Let's not bring that up.
We'll talk about it later.
Was it on the duvet or the sheet?
About on the sheet.
Okay.
On the sheets.
You got rid of the duvet.
So we got this watery brown liquid
open
on the white sheets.
So
man, you're
now,
the worst.
A, I got to sleep in that bed. B, I got to explain. Next day, I'm like, gosh, I hear housekeeping in the hallway in the morning, and I'm like, I feel like I got to explain myself. I don't want the scuttlebutt around housekeeping to be like 1208 pooped all over the place, because it's like dried now, and it's like all it's brown. Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good on me.
It's soy sauce.
And that's why I was like, excuse me. And she's like, well, yeah, no, I'm gonna need rooms turnover service. And I go, I just wanted to let you know, this isn't poop. And I was like, no. And I was like, I'll prove it to you. I'll lick the sheet right now if I need to. This is soy sauce.
No.
I promise you, I had an accident. She's like, it's fine. I go, I swear, I'll smell. I swear to God. Please don't tell.
You're like, just smell it.
I was like obsessed with that there was going to be some rumor going around the hotel with housekeeping, like this disgusting poop man in 1208.
Yes.
Do you think they care?
Has that ever happened?
I feel like they. Well, I've definitely spilled things on.
I've had like
on a hotel
little
bed here and there.
I've dropped a little. This was like a.
Yeah, soy is.
This was like an Exxon Valdez problem I had.
That's hard.
It was
That's
bad.
hard. Do you think they're really actually talking about it? If anybody has ever been in
Probably.
housekeeping in hotels or motels, and you're listening,
That's a good question. Are they?
Yeah, if you're on the,
There's no way.
If you're on the Schreier Air text line,
I bet they are.
They've seen it all. I think at this
But
point.
I bet they'll be like, oh, I went into 1208, dude, and this guy dookied, just left the dookie sheet on there for me.
Gosh. The room
I bet you they.
is now the Dookie room.
I bet you they see it so much they're just like,
you're
402
probably
Comes
right.
another
code B.
Code B. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know, it's soy, code soy over there.
But they probably have never had a man say he would actually lick it to prove that it wasn't turds. So that was probably a first for them.
Yeah, you
That
really-
probably made it worse. In hindsight, they're like, this guy was so committed that he was going to lick his own poop. then I am the weirdo. They're like, this little poop licking weirdo in 1208. I'm like, it's soy sauce.
Yeah.
I promise.
And you're in Austin, so it's probably not the strangest thing that's, like if they saw someone lick a poop, they're like, well, at least he only did that.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, that sounds like a very 420 thing, and I know you don't partake. But that sounds like something that would happen. Somebody, getting real high,
Getting high.
sitting in the hotel bed with their soy sauce meal, their food truck, food. It is April 20th, better known as 420, and it's become the unofficial holiday for all marijuana culture, even though,
Hitler's birthday.
yeah, you won't find it on most calendars yet. It is Hitler's birthday?
I believe
It is.
so.
Yeah.
You're kidding, on 420?
I always thought that was an odd.
I did too.
Coincidence.
I always hated that. I'm like, let's not ruin such
sorry.
a fun weed holiday.
It's
with
even
a
more
hateful-
important to make this a
a-hole.
holiday, to cover it.
Yeah,
Yeah, cover it up.
good point.
So the term 420 is now a slang for weed itself, but its origin actually traces back to a group of California high schoolers back in the 70s. And I don't know if this is 100% verified, but there was like some documentary that I saw interviewing these guys apparently, like the 3 to 6 guys that did this. They meet at school at 4:20 p.m. to smoke, calling themselves. Does anybody know?
No.
What do they call themselves?
420 Club.
No.
420 boys.
Man, what was
No?
that?
This is good trivia. This is good
We
trivia.
the people.
No, they were called the Waldos.
Oh,
They
yes.
called themselves the Waldos.
Cute.
The phrase spread
were
thanks
they?
to connections with the Grateful Dead and eventually went mainstream after being published in High Times in the early 90s. Today, 420 is both a celebration and a moment for advocacy as legalization continues to expand across the United States. So let this be a lesson, kids. What starts as a high school code can turn into a full-blown cultural holiday. And Lern has put together...
Well, me and 3 of my friends got yin-yang necklaces at the mall and decided we were going to be in a secret gang called Deuce. So I'm just putting that out there, see if that
Deuce.
catches on.
Yeah.
That was 25, 30 years ago. Didn't catch on then.
Yeah, you're a couple
Didn't
marketing
catch on
steps
then.
away.
But, you never know.
You never know. This was in the 70s, so you got a ways.
You're right.
You got a ways.
I got time.
Lern has put together quite the 420 info packet, celebratory info packet.
It is, yeah.
Because,
I got a
man,
lot.
Yeah, you know your stuff. You are the 420 expert in this room.
I'm the cannabis correspondent. That's right. And so do you want me to get into some of this now?
Yeah, I want you to just go for it.
So you were talking about legalization. So recreational use is legal in 24 states plus Washington, D.C. So if you are going to partake today, maybe you're out of state, make sure you know which states it is legal. Here in Missouri, we can recreationally enjoy, as well as in Illinois as well.
Yes.
But places like California, Connecticut, Michigan, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, these are all places that are 420 friendly for a day like today. And also, I found this kind of interesting. So, you kind of think of weed as like a young person's game, like people go into dispensaries. Like my dad used to hide his weed. He used to freeze it. Okay. So Greg, when he was getting out of Nam and he had his batch of weed, it was in the freezer.
Next to the Girl Scout cookies.
Next to the Thin Mints, exactly. And so, he couldn't partake as openly as we all can now. And so I was thinking, like, if my dad were alive, how cool would he think it is that you can literally go down the street, get your groceries, and then go to the dispensary and go home. And so I was thinking about, like, who exactly has been partaking in weed gummies, and older people are on the rise. So about 20% of Americans between 50 and 64 say they've used marijuana in the past year. 6% of seniors over 65 have as well. And of the types of cannabis that old people are consuming, gummies for like grandmas are among the top things. That is the way that women and men are consuming it if they're older.
Interesting. I think there's there's so much medical stuff with that. And most of the folks that have steered clear don't want to start taking it up in their 60s and 70s as a smoker. They don't want to smoke something.
Yeah, they don't want to put that into their lungs.
I think that kind of gives
trademark, copyright, Rizz Show, Werther's Original, 5 milligram, hard candies.
I love it.
If Werther's knew what was good for Werther's
could be $1 billion company again if they would just be like, these are 5 milligram Werther's 420 originals.
Make them green. So that you can tell the difference.
A little something just make the Werther's.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
And there's some medical studies behind this as well. So lots of us have probably heard like, weed's going to ruin your brain, blah, blah, blah. Well, chronic cannabis use causes short-term brain impairment and shrinkage. That's what people would warn in the past.
Shrinkage.
But a new study of the brain.
I'm out.
A new study is flipping the script. So the University of Colorado found that moderate users between the ages of 40 and 77 actually had larger volumes in brain regions responsible for memory and emotions. And these participants also performed better on cognitive tests, which measures like learning and processing speed, suggesting kind of a flip in the research from earlier that cannabis might actually help older adults retain mental sharpness that usually declines with age. So that's interesting, right? And as we've been able to legalize marijuana, they're finding out more things about it that actually help with long-term health than originally thought, which is kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
Interesting.
Also, President Donald Trump signed an executive order, this was last year, directing the federal government to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule I to a Schedule III controlled substance. So that is a major shift in drug policy here in the U.S. And so essentially, Schedule I classification deems the drug as having no accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. And a Schedule III includes substances considered to have legitimate medical uses and lower abuse potential.
Dang.
So the president did help a lot of cannabis advocates with that push.
So
and he's getting ready to do that with mushrooms as well, it seems.
Oh, wow. So is it legalized and federally now? Or
no, it's not federally legalized yet, but it's on its way. What are you going to say?
I said I believe they made some progress in legalizing ibogaine treatment for
I saw that
over the weekend as well.
Yeah, Joe Rogan was in the Oval Office with Trump talking about it for veterans help specifically.
Yeah.
You were talking about your dad like doing it back in the day, and like if he was here now to see this, it reminded me on the plane I was watching Tulsa King, and I've been steering clear of that, and I was like, that's so stupid. I don't want to see that. You guys have been talking it up.
Oh yeah,
and you were totally right. I do love it.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is goofy in the ways that it should be, but you know what it is? It's Lilyhammer. Did you ever watch Lilyhammer?
Oh, it's British show, right?
No, Lilyhammer is the dude from he's like a New York gangster dude. And it's one of the guys from Sopranos. But he basically goes into federal witness protection, and they do the witness protection. They send him wherever he wants to go, and he says Lilyhammer because he recognizes it from the Olympics. Yeah. And he goes to Norway.
Oh,
and
that's
it's basically
what it is, Norway.
Gangster. It's fish out of water. It's gangster in Norway. And this is just gangster in Tulsa.
That's awesome.
But he comes out of jail, and the first thing he does is he sees a dispensary, and he's like, what?
What the hell?
In the Stallone voice, he's like, what is this? what is this
It's
legal for?
crazy.
It makes me think of that. But yeah,
My dad would love it. I mean, I don't know if he would still like have his dealer or whatever, but I would be like, Dad, go to a dispensary and like get it that way. Like, no, it's coming from a good source and probably better and crazier.
No thanks.
Yeah, once he finds out it's legalized.
I can't do that to Jeff.
Yeah.
Once he finds out it's legalized, he goes out and pulls the tarp off his El Camino. It's like, time to get back,
Time to get back in.
Well, 87%, I was reading some polls here, 87% of Americans support legalizing marijuana in some way. 54% say it should be legal for medical and recreational use, and 33% say legal for medical only. Now, 12% say it should be illegal. But, I mean, considering even in our lifetime what we saw as far as, lives ruined and jail sentences and all these things for like very, very small amounts of whatever, even if it was just possession, to think that now we're at a 12%, only 12% say it should be illegal. What a wild time. What a wild shift in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Young people are much more cool with it. 31% of Americans aged 75 and older favor legalizing marijuana for both uses, as do 49% of 65 to 74-year-olds. But 65% of adults under 30 support full legalization. Support for legalization has increased dramatically in recent decades. Obviously, 40 years ago, 81% of Americans said that it should be illegal. So from 81% to 12% in 40 years.
Yeah. That's wild.
Now, that doesn't mean everybody wants to use it. Only 51% of U.S. adults have used marijuana once. So that's less than 85% who have ever consumed alcohol, and the 65% who have ever used tobacco or nicotine products.
Well, and it's not all good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, cannabis is amazing. I mean, it's still something that can mess you up. And there's a term called scromiting. Have you heard of this?
No.
I had neither. I saw this morning. So scromiting. So a health report says that there's increasing numbers of habitual cannabis users, including teenagers who legally cannot smoke yet, are showing up in emergency rooms complaining of stomach problems. So if you've ever had like uncontrollable, painful vomiting, and it's been from marijuana use, that's called scromiting. So the pain is so intense that these people are screaming while they're vomiting, and that's why it's called scromiting, because scream and vomiting.
Oh, my
I would have
gosh.
guessed wrong. I thought it was going to be hitching a ride on the back of something while you were
Scromiting.
Skitching.
I scromed it over here.
The official medical name for the condition is cannabis hyperemesis syndrome, or CHS. It's a very real thing, and doctors have observed patients writhing in pain, holding their stomachs, complaining of really bad abdominal pain and nausea, and lasting for hours. Now, the closest I ever got to this, I'll be completely real with everybody, had a friend going through cancer who had never smoked a day in his life, never been into pot at all. He knew where to come to my crazy stoner friends and I. And he said, listen, I'm going through chemo. I need something to help with my appetite, blah, blah, blah. And he had talked to another person that said that they had some weed brownies and it helped them eat more while they're going through chemo treatments. And he said, would you guys mind making me something? I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, dude, I got you. So I called up my bakery stoner friends. I said, yo, can you come over? I don't know. I've never baked pot brownies before and I don't want to mess this up. So my friends come over and the girls and I were eating the batter, we're baking these brownies. We're having a good time. Ba, ba, ba. Everybody's having a beer in the other room. It's like 6 couples at my house. We're all just partying. Get the brownies out. We all taste test to like see what the potency of these brownies are going to do.
And you're not tracking your tasting and your batter licking and all this.
Total morons.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. And so then it starts hitting us one by one. One by one.
Everybody's falling out.
Man down. Everybody crashed at my house. And I couldn't even get it up I couldn't even get upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to lie we were all watching like The Shining on my living room floor, like making a pallet on the floor, all of us, 30-something adults.
Yeah.
I then I was like Leonardo DiCaprio when he's on the Quaaludes trying to get out of the car in Wolf of Wall Street.
In the Lamborghini.
I'm like, I will make it up to my bed. I'm like crawling up. Then I'm taking, not to be like risque, I had like a sports bra. I'm taking my top off and putting my sports bra breasts on the ground of the tile at the bathroom at the top of my stairs. Couldn't even make it to my room.
Oh my gosh.
I was so sick. We had definitely overdone it. definitely overdone it. Should have not been
Wow.
eating the batter in the first place. Freaking idiot.
Yeah, I imagine
that's-
you
what are you
guys
thinking?
dancing around the kitchen like the gas scene in Zoolander.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wake me up before you go.
Forget about
It was. It
You're
was
like
terrible.
licking the spatula and holding it out for someone else and just smearing it all over your
Seriously.
faces and soaking into your skin.
It was terrible.
Da-da-da-da-da. And
It
then
was
it turns.
awful.
Then it takes a turn into like,
Yeah.
I want to penetrate you. And you're just like,
Yeah, the night
you
of
guys
jail
are crawling
kicked in.
up the stairs like the people in that 9 Inch Noise video
Yes.
on Coachella.
Yeah, we pulled Trent Reznor down to hell. Yes.
Yeah, you have to be so careful. I will. It's
It'll
not
get you.
not a story I like sharing too much, but yeah, I had a full blown conversation. Like I have a memory of having a conversation with Timothy Treadwell, who was eaten by a bear.
Okay.
It's the grizzly man.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
You got to meet him. Wow.
my first experience, I sat down with my buddy Phil and we watched that movie. And at one point, he turns to the camera. You guys seen that movie, by the way? Mm-hmm. At one point, he turns to the camera and he is screaming in the camera at the park rangers, and he's losing it. And he goes from like, oh hi, to like talking to a bear to screaming at the camera.
To his real self.
And I thought he was screaming at me.
Oh, no.
I was like, I was talking to him. I was apologizing. I was like, I was full on being dressed down by Timothy Treadwell, and it was so vivid that I steered clear of those things
Forever. That was it. And that's all, folks.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah.
So
threw
you
up on
changed your name to Timothy Dreadwell.
Dude, I just remember like how vivid that was, and like I can't see Grizzly Man without feeling very different about the entire
That's
experience.
Well, needless to say, I will never be making brownies for anyone ever again. And like never. So I go to the dispensary because I know that it's all done professionally. I won't have to ever do that again. Fantastic.
Well, I was
so just
at
be careful out there.
a friend's home and I refused to smoke, but they were smoking like crazy. And we were watching Entourage, and I didn't realize it was like kicking in all of a sudden. And it was this episode where, what's the lead? I don't know what the lead character's name is.
Adrian Grenier guy.
One of the guys, yeah. And they were trying to, like, he was missing. And so the whole time they're like, where's Bubba Ball? Where? And then I thought they were talking to me like that I was missing. And I'm like,
You
what,
are missing. Where are you, Scott?
what, dude? What is going on, man? And that's what you get for secondhand, too. It's pretty potent stuff.
yeah, man. Last year, 17% of people said that they use cannabis daily for medical or recreational. 11% say they use it monthly, and only 3% say a few times a year. And a whopping 69% say that they rarely or never use marijuana. Those numbers excuse the people that said that they preferred not to answer.
It helps with my sleep. I'll give it that. Like, and you will never catch me stoned in public. Like, that's one thing. Like, I got a lot of friends, people in this business that can be stoned out. I am
Not me,
in a
brother.
completely different type of vibe because I'm normally pretty bubbly and whatnot.
Sure.
And when I'm stoned, I'm not. I'm very mellow.
And you don't like that?
And I don't want. There's a certain amount of people I'll allow to see that, and yeah, I don't want to freak people out because I think people think I'm in a bad mood or something. Like they don't.
Yeah, but who cares what people think?
Well, for sure,
Yeah,
but
it's
also
it ruins your time.
it does. Yeah, I don't want to be
it's
paranoid.
Both. It's like,
Oh, I see. Yeah, you start thinking,
Am
what
I-
are
are they
what are they
uncomfortable?
thinking? And
Right.
then now we're in the spiral.
And I care about how people feel in front of me. I don't want to.
sure, you don't want people to have a bad experience, but also it's like it is. You never know who you're going to run into, and it's just like I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You want to be chill, especially if it mellows you out, and people are like, "She was weird when I met her."
That's right.
And you're like, I was having a panic attack
Yeah.
when I met you.
Yeah.
I
I will
don't
say I was with this weekend with one of the guys in my life that probably smokes the most and always has since I've known him.
Yeah.
And he actually made the comment right after that Vancouver dispensary is that he's not doing it as much near bedtime because he has found that now it has the reverse effect. He's actually sleeping sounder and getting more restful sleep without it now.
Oh, without it?
And I was like, whoa. I mean, I remember like 3 of us in the group went, whoa.
Yeah.
You of all people.
Yeah, if I would love to get off of it, like, and not have like CBN have to be part of my routine.
Right.
It's just hard, like, because I mean, the last 3 years getting up so damn early again, it's just like I cannot knock myself out. And instead of pharmaceuticals, I wanted to do something that at least came from a damn plant. So I would love to be off of it and not have to have any assistance. But I mean, look at us, we're getting older. You take stuff to help you if you got like heart medication you need to take or whatnot. You got migraines chronically. So if it helps you and you hopefully can get off of it and it doesn't become a dependent thing, I'm about it. But hey, with that, something fun though, and I didn't want people to forget about this. So, 420 has all sorts of special significance for us. And don't forget, Hulu is unveiling that 20-minute documentaries, 4 of them about cannabis culture today. This is the thing that Kimmel's behind, where they have an episode called Highly Unlikely, directed by Brent Hodge. So it talks about like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and how that ended up on the big screen. Another episode is about High Times, the magazine. So if you've ever wanted to know about that. The Legend of Ganjasaurus Rex is all about the country cult classic film. And then Bong Voyage is about a big bong company in the world and the federal government setting its sights on the paraphernalia industry. So check those out on Hulu tonight.
Yo, Harold and Kumar, that has to be one of the best 420-esque movies ever.
And Super Troopers, right?
Oh, for sure.
I was thinking it's the scene where that kid eats all
At the very beginning.
Yeah, I think Half Baked takes it for me as the best one because I had seen all these things before I had ever tried even a sip of anything, or anything, ever.
Ebba Zebba,
you my only friend.
Well,
we could quote that movie. It was a bunch of guys that had never tried it, and we just loved that movie, and we had no idea. We had no direct connection to that culture, and still that movie is just flawless.
Also,
Super
when you hear the
entertaining.
story behind that, Neil Brennan, Dave Chappelle called him and he goes, "Hey, man, I was in a meeting and I panicked and I said we wrote a weed movie and they want to see it in 2 weeks."
Oh, no.
And they just didn't have it and they greenlit the movie for Dave Chappelle and they said they were writing it on the fly as they...
Phenomenal.
And it was supposed to be a more serious take. And they were so stoned when they wrote it, it just got funnier and funnier until it just became what it is.
Dude, it's the best.
It was almost like a convergent. That movie just kind of, like most things when you're high, you know what we should do?
Yeah.
That movie was literally
idea.
he's I was high and I pitched something and I didn't think they'd say yes to it and they did and now we got to make it.
Brilliant.
It kind of
thank
arose
goodness they
like a
made
puff
it.
of smoke. It arose out of Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan's brains.
It put Chappelle on the map for me. I think for a lot of people like me around my age that were into whatever we were into. And not into some of the things that we were into.
And don't forget Super High Me by Doug Benson, the original weed comic. I was on 3 shows with him this weekend, coincidentally. We just happened to be booked on the same showcases. And that guy is still living
doing it?
the life. He was so high, dude.
Oh, good for him.
To the point that he got on stage, and it was a younger crowd, and they didn't know
who he was.
Yeah, and he was trying to reference. He's like, "Yeah, I feel like all comedians are high on stage now, man, but I invented it." And nobody said anything, and he goes, "You guys didn't laugh. Do you guys know who I am?" And he goes, "Okay." So in 1993, I came out with the movie. He had to explain who he was to the audience so his jokes would go. Because, that movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a generation of young people, weed smokers, that don't know the movie because, wasn't it a spoof of Super Size Me, the guy that went through the McDonald's? Yeah. So it was funny to see him up there, really high, in panic mode, trying to explain who he was so he could tell his jokes. And it was very much, I'm like, see, this is why I can't be high in public. I would be having a panic attack. He would thought it was hilarious.
Right.
Because he's like, oh, most of my set's going to be explaining to you guys who I am. And he just did that.
Well,
this guy smokes.
Oh, my gosh. That looks like Simon Cowell.
He looks insane.
He's given 200 milligrams of edibles.
Dude, his hair right now is he has a He-Man haircut.
Oh, my gosh.
He has Lord Farquaad. He has his bangs are cut.
Oh, my gosh. What a look.
That's awesome.
That's ridiculous.
Well, on that note,
funny.
happy 420, guys. Today's Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Score their famous tacos for only $1 each after the Cards score 8 or more runs all season long at Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Get the details, hotshotsnet.com. Today, it's our buddy, Matt Baker from St. Louis.
Matt Baker.
We know Matt. He's a huge supporter. He's come to a lot of dirtbag shows and tons of Rizz Show events. He's a Rizz evangelist who recommends the show to anybody he can and listens religiously while working the night shift. Matt says, I love everything about the Rizz Show. I love Rizz's relatable grumpiness and sense of humor. Moon's music background, soccer fandom, and his overall positivity. Lern's female perspective along with one of the best and most contagious laughs a person can have.
Aww.
Rafe's comedic entertainment and appreciation for South City and King Scott's beautiful soul, along with the amazing one-liners and dad jokes. They are all so much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Matt works in aerospace. He loves to travel and enjoys learning about new cultures and places. He's a fan of live music, the St. Louis City Soccer Club, and he thinks we need a Rizz Show themed night for St. Louis City, and he is right. Matt Baker from St. Louis, welcome to the team. You can sign up like Matt did at 157thepoint.com/Team Rizz. Now, before we move on, we're not down with 420. It's 420 all day, so we'll get into more stuff. Lern, I know, has some more stuff in crap on celebrities. Plus, I have your 420 fast food deals,
Thank
where
God.
you can get all the deals at all the places you want to get your munchies on, man. We'll do that after the break. The Rizzuto Show, 105.7 The Point, everything alternative. Listen, if there's a song that could go for 10 minutes and no one would notice, it would be that.
Yeah.
But it's 2.5 minutes long.
It seems like it's longer.
Is that?
Or maybe you're just that.
Is that why?
I think it's the BPMs.
You make it 2.5 minutes because the stoners are going to feel like it's 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
And if you're high, maybe you want to hear it a bunch. So like, let's do 2 so we get tons of plays. So it's more spins.
It's kind of the exact amount of time that you would just randomly put on the microwave for leftovers to get heated up too.
Oh, maybe that's it. Oh. Yeah. Tactical. Who knew Cypress Hill was so tactical?
Look, what's your go-to? If you pull something, like you pull a big to-go box out of the fridge. I mean, it's got rice and some meat and some, but it's one you can just rip the lid off and pop it in the microwave. Mm-hmm. What you're just like, this is the amount of time in my heart I think it'll take for this to get hot enough for me to enjoy it.
I'm a 3-minuter.
I'm
Cypress
a 2:30.
Hill.
I'm a 2:30 man.
Cypress Hill leftovers.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm a 2:30 man.
I'm a minute.
I'm a 2:30.
Scoop everything around, and another minute guy.
You actually do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have no patience for that.
Me neither, dude.
Are they making records?
I'll stir it at the
Cypress
end.
Hill?
Yeah, they're still making records?
They're still out and about.
Their next one should be just called Leftovers, and it should be tactically timed, everything timed for the meals.
I just hit the 30-second button and go,
Yeah, me too.
and then it's 2:30.
Let her go.
I do it in 30-second increments. I'm like,
Let her
New
go.
Spanish album arriving in May. Now called Leftovers.
Oh, man.
No.
That's a perfect song to dance in front of the microwave, too. I'm the bong as you're watching. You're like,
Yeah.
some Panda Express you had left over get heated up.
Dude, that band rules, by the way. They're fun to watch live. We used to play different... We should never have been on festivals with them, but for some reason we were, and we were always on the same stage, or we would go back and forth, like when they put 2 stages next to each other.
Yeah.
And I remember one year it was them, and then us, and then Orianti, the guitar player.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, this crowd is getting a really... a kaleidoscope of tones in these 3 bands. But man, it was fun to watch them. Their percussionist was cool and all that. So speaking of leftovers, by the way, we do have a playlist, a 420 playlist. We'll be kind of jamming things and Lern put this together. We'll jam it throughout the day to celebrate. But if you're celebrating by going to some fast food places, you're looking for 420 deals.
Yeah.
Here's the list.
Give it to us.
Okay, pull over and write this down. Chipotle after 3 p.m. local time.
I'm already pulled over.
3 p.m. 3 p.m. on at Chipotle local times. Fans who wear a hockey jersey to participating restaurants in the U.S. and Canada can receive a buy one, get one entree. Chipotle is also releasing a limited edition hockey jersey inspired by past hockey jersey BOGO campaigns. Only 75 jerseys will be available exclusively through the Chipotle Rewards Exchange. Insomnia cookies.
Ah, yes. Late night cookie shop.
Drugs on drugs, because cookies are drugs to me. For $4.20 on April 20th, Insomnia Cookies customers can order a warm, freshly baked 6-pack of traditional flavors for delivery or curbside pickup at one of Insomnia's over 170 locations. For customers who don't live near the delivery radius, Insomnia Cookies is offering a premium box of 12 individually wrapped traditional cookies for $12, plus shipping. Jimmy John's offering the Dream Rotation Meal.
Wow.
Which includes a toasted sandwich of your choice and a brand new cereal and milk crispy treat. What is that?
I don't know, but like every Jimmy John's I go to, that is where the stoners are working as far as fast food goes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I'm here for it.
They have a bunch
Turkey
of those.
Tom?
What's up, girl? What you want? I like a turkey tom, please. The number 3. Thanks.
Honors Club, dude.
Guests can choose a specialty meal from famous stoners like Cheech Marin or Cal Penn as well. The meal is only available from April 13th to April 26th.
You haven't had one of those cereal bars?
No.
I don't know what that is. Is it like a Rice Krispie treat?
It's kind of like a Rice Krispie treat, but it's like held together with some sort of
turkey?
Cream, not turkey. No,
like icing?
Yeah.
Crappy bread?
It's some sort of, it gives the intent of milk of
Is
some
it
sort.
like those breakfast bars that are the Lucky Charms breakfast bars? Okay, yeah. I've had those before, but not from Jimmy John's.
Not a fan, man. I think the bread is weird. It's like I always said, it's like the bumpers on the boats to make sure they don't damage
I
the
love
dock.
their spongy flotational device bread.
Me too.
If I'm going for that, I'm gonna go over to Penn Station.
We got new Jimmy John's across the street here.
No,
I haven't ordered
don't
from
tell
it yet.
Mallory. My wife loves.
You need to
Yeah,
take
and they
her
got
out to
good
Jimmy
rewards,
John's
by the
Beach
way.
Club.
Telling you. I almost get a free sandwich, it seems like every other week. So.
See that?
Yeah.
Number
for
10,
you.
double meat.
Oh, it's so good. They're just handing
I'm a
them
Beach
out.
Club boy.
KFC
Yeah,
is
you are.
offering a chicken pot pie combo for $4.20. It comes with a chicken pot pie and a drink. The deal is only available today. Mellow Mushroom is celebrating the holiday with new menu items, April 20th only. The items are going to be available for $4.20 on Monday, and they include pretzel bites with regular or spicy beer cheese, and the 4 mellow rolls in any flavor. Subway can buy. You can do a buy one get one free footlong sandwich through April 28th with the code FLBOGO. So like Florida, buy one get one. It's only available for purchase on the app or online. Taco Bell customers can get a free large nacho fry with a purchase over $20 on April 20th. And Wingstop has brought back its Wingstop Hot Box from April 17th to today only. The box meal features the return of the fiery nacho flavor, a spicy cheese dry rub. Fans can choose between 3 tenders or 8 wings tossed and sauced in the fiery nacho seasoning and served on a bed of Wingstop world famous fries, which are incredible fries.
They're world famous?
World famous.
Wow.
So that's your 420 food deals. That's right. It is 420, and back in the day on this fabulous holiday, in 1841, 185 years ago, the first detective story was published. Edgar Allan Poe's Murders in the Rue Morgue. And 173 years ago, in 1853, Harriet Tubman started her Underground Railroad. 124 years ago, in 1902, Pierre and Marie Curie isolated the radioactive element radium, and nothing went wrong. Just kidding. It wasn't known to be dangerous, but their daughter died of leukemia. The first commercial use of radium was to paint little things on the wristwatches to make them glow in the dark, and the people who painted that died too. And 114 years ago, in 1912, Fenway Park, the Cheaters Park, was opened in Boston. 67 years ago, in 1959, Dolly Parton, the Queen, released her first single, Puppy Love, when she was just 13 years old. 36 years ago, 1990, Janet Jackson got her star on the Hollywood Hall of Fame, or Walk of Fame. 34 years ago, 1992, the world lost Benny Hill to a heart attack. He was 68. 33 years ago, 1993, Shania Twain released her self-titled debut album. 27 years ago, 1999, the Columbine High School massacre occurred in Littleton, Colorado. 18-year-old Eric Harris and 17-year-old Dylan Klebold shot and killed one teacher and 12 of their classmates, as well as wounding 26 others before taking their own lives. 18 years ago, 2008, Danica Patrick became the first female to win an IndyCar race when she won the Indy Japan 300. 16 years ago, in 2010, the Broadway adaptation of Green Day's concept for American Idiot opened in New York. That's wild, right? That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
7 years ago, in 2019, Michelle Branch married Patrick Carney from the Black Keys.
And that ended well, didn't it? They're done, right?
I don't know.
I think they divorced.
I've seen her a bunch recently and never with that guy.
Yeah, I don't think they're married anymore.
And 5 years ago, in 2021, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted of all charges and found guilty of the murder of the death of George Floyd. And that is what happened on 420 back in the day. All right, Lern, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Bill O'Reilly. Iron Maiden, guys, nominated for 3 times into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is the first year that the only year they're going to be going in, as the official class for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was announced last week. It was. And they will not be attending the performance or the induction, which I don't think they're doing it to be salty, though. They're just on tour. So they're going to be in Australia
right.
and
they
New
mentioned
Zealand.
that, right? They came out and said, hey, man, this is just a date thing.
They said, as the most observant have already noticed, the band is going to be on tour in Australia around the November date of the induction ceremony for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Los Angeles.
Wait a second. In Australia?
Yeah.
You know, Brucey's got a plane.
Bruce does have a plane.
They could fly and do it.
Come on.
Listen, if Phil Collins can play New York and London on the same day.
Listen.
Good point.
I love it. I don't know if that's going to happen. They're still going to have representation, though. So drummer Nico McBrain, he's still a member, retired, but he could be there. Ex-singer Blaze Bailey and ex-guitarist Dennis Stratton are expected to be there, along with families and the late Paul Di'Anno and Clive Burr. So there's going to be representation. It's just not going to be Bruce Dickinson and everybody that's on the tour right now. But I think this is kind of hilarious.
Dude's name is McBrain?
Nico McBrain. That's what his stage name is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if I love this or hate this. Like, it's kind of like a cold shoulder to being nominated 3 times and finally getting in. Or are they going to be super bummed because, like, they really were happy with this recognition? I think metalheads were excited that they were finally going to go in, and now we're not going to get a performance like people had hoped. So it's kind of, like, disappointing and funny all at the same time.
And are they kind of folks, though, that, like, awards are like, it's whatever. Awards are awards. I don't care.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
They like the recognition. They're like, thank you. They were humble about it, but I don't know if it's like they're going to cancel a tour. I think they would rather be out with their fans in a place that maybe they don't get to as often, rather than being like getting their accolades. You know what I mean? And how would that have been received? Would the fans have been upset if they had to reschedule?
Canceled the show?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool and well-deserved. And I'm
For sure.
kind of flabbergasted that it took 3 times.
I agree. And everybody was like, yes, this is one of those foundational metal bands that needed to be in a long time ago. Speaking of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, at Coachella on Saturday night, Somber brought out Billy Idol and Steve Stevens. They're going into the Rock Hall also with Iron Maiden for 2026. And they went and sang... They sang Eyes Without a Face, Billy Idol's song. Billy's vocals didn't sound on beat or in tune. Somber's coming in on the high part. Here's a little audio from Coachella over this weekend.
You see, it's easy to teach, but hard to get released. Eyes without a face. Without a face, eyes without a face. God knows you regret. Eyes without a face.
What do they say? What was the criticism?
So he's just not on key. Now,
Sure he is.
He was on American Idol whenever they did like the unveiling of who's going into the Rock Hall, and he sang with Carrie Underwood, and he sounded great. So people are speculating that maybe this was like an ear problem that Billy was having where he couldn't hear himself. And I mean, he didn't sound terrible.
Oh, he sounds fine.
He sounded fine.
What are people talking about?
I don't know, man. People want to talk about anything. Also and by the way, I love watching Coachella at my house. I don't know if you guys get into that at all. The people that mix the sound for the live stream and do the camera work from going in and out of the crowd to the special effects stuff, they have it down so well.
That's good.
It is so entertaining and so well done and so smooth.
That's good.
Through everything.
That's been the hardest thing. That's been the hardest thing as a musician performing in anything in the age of video. Like when we first started doing late night TV, you know, we were doing it with our sound guy,
right?
Who's mixing for rooms, not mixing for television. And that's like it's a completely different art. So you see some bands sound like total garbage on TV, and it's because that's an art in itself. You're not mixing for a room so people are feeling the kick drum just thumping their chest. It's like tiny little TV speakers or whatever it is. And I remember watching Foo Fighters on some late night thing going, holy crap, why do they sound so good? And it's because they brought somebody in to make sure that kind of stuff is broadcast with the right tones, with the right mix and all that. And that is an art that's super important for these guys.
And it's very cinematic. Like I was seriously marveling on Saturday night. We had it cranked up. We were waiting for Nine Inch Noise to come out at 10. So we were watching like all these different DJ sets and things. And the way that the lighting and the artists, everything is just so smooth. You feel like you're watching a movie. Like I almost felt like, is this like staged? You know, like even 9 Inch Noise coming out to do it again. It was just as good as it was the weekend before. And I was like, you know, and their choreography and just the way that everything is done. And I wish I knew who it was that was like, you know what, this is how we're going to do Coachella live stream, and give them kudos, because whoever's idea that was in a boardroom, like, this is how we're going to make it be for an at-home experience. It was so well done. And you could go back and rewatch the entire, you can go to each stage and bop around each stage and see it, and the way that they make the, you know, the selection in the channel where you can pop into this stage if you want to, or pop into that stage. It's just so user-friendly and viewer-friendly. I just love it so much.
Wow. My my good friend who does sound for Greek Fire, I saw him in Seattle. He lives in Seattle now. And he was there. He mixed 2 acts, 2 very, very, very large dance acts, like, what do you call it? Like DJs, right?
Yeah.
And I was asking him, just like, hey, how is Coachella behind the scenes? And he was like, dude, what a machine. He's like, they're making $1 billion. He goes, I don't care what you see reported, the 160 million or whatever that they said that they're making. He's like, billions, dude. He goes, the merch tents alone.
Oh, yeah.
He goes,
millions.
He goes, Sabrina's merch tent is bigger than, like, imagine how big the pageant is.
Yeah.
He said double that, and that's just her tent, and it's got this big Sabrina thing, and people will wait in line for 3 hours, and they're like, boom, 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 they're just throwing hoodies and things everywhere. He goes, the Bieber tent was this big black tent, and he goes, it's like merch heaven.
Set a record, Justin Bieber did with merch sales.
And I probably shouldn't be saying this, but he goes, dude, they're making money off of the bands. He goes, think about how many DJs or bands will play for free, because they'll make a deal like, hey, we'll play for free on this tent this year in exchange for playing main stage next year, or whatever it may be. But he goes, there's catering, you know, they're feeding bands, but they only have so many passes for these big acts and all that. So if we're going, like a smaller band is playing, he said you get backstage and you didn't get a catering pass? That's fine. You can have catering. It's just $30.
Oh,
which is awesome, because you're there anyway,
right?
And you don't want to have to go out and find food. So now catering is making money, which is because
$30 too is still cheap.
It's still cheap. It's great for everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's the coolest festival how it's run.
I want to go. I know I'm old as hell now, but like I really still want to go and experience it, because I love it from my couch. So I think I'd love being there in the flesh too.
Yeah, he loved it.
I'm bummed because my buddy, his parents' in-laws, they had a pickle stand that had been there forever for like Coachella and the country one.
Austin City Limits?
No, I mean, same place, you know, that do the country.
Oh, yes.
Stagecoach?
Yeah, Stagecoach. But they sold it.
They sold the pickle stand?
And they would get in free every time.
There's always money in the pickle stand.
There's always money in the pickle.
But they got to go free that way.
Another great performance, a breakout from this past weekend at Coachella. Sabrina Carpenter brought out, first she brought out Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis to reenact, what is the movie? Where they go off the cliff.
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. So they did like a whole spot where they, you know, were a part of her stage performance. But then she brought out Madonna on Friday night and did Vogue and Like a Prayer. And here's a little part of that.
My old boss. Let's see what she says.
So good. With the choir all live. Oh, it was beautiful. That's be so much fun performing with, Sabrina Carpenter, you know, Madonna came first, so all these pop acts behind her could replicate what she started in so many ways. And I just think that's cool as hell that they could be on stage together.
And that song, the resurrection of that song for the Deadpool Wolverine, it was the perfect song for that movie.
Yes.
Like whoever did the soundtrack for that movie nailed it.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine what other song would be playing during that final scene of the Wolverine Deadpool movie. It was perfect for the tone of the movie, and now that song's it's on everything, and it like fits for everything. Like the song they did for that movie when they like put something on. I see tons of reels and TikToks, and I'm like, yeah, the song is it's extra. It was already iconic, and they like leveled up after that movie.
It's great.
She owes me dinner.
She does owe you dinner. Hey, Return to Dust is coming to Point Fest. They're going to be performing for Point Fest here in a couple of weeks, and they have done a cover of Outkast's Hey Ya. So here is, maybe possibly we could be hearing this whenever Return to Dust takes the stage at Point Fest. It's pretty cool. I'm into that band a lot. I'm excited. I hope I get to sit down and talk to them. I like their vibe, very Alice in Chains-esque. I like what they're doing with the Outkast cover there. They look cool. I know that doesn't really matter, but it's like...
Of course it matters.
I love a band that looks like Chris Cornell and, 95.
Oh, yeah. They do look like 90s grunge guys.
Got their shirts off.
Look at
and
that.
long
He's got
hair.
holes in his jeans and long hair.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm into it.
Yeah, that's your. This is your kind of guy. I can see.
This is my kind of guy. Slash's kids on drums. I'm excited.
Oh, Slash's kids in that band?
Yep, Slash's kids the drummer.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. Zayn Malik, guys, allegedly punched his One Direction bandmate, Louis Tomlinson, in the face during the filming of the Road Trip docuseries for Netflix. And a source said that it started when Zayn, hot-ass Zayn, made a comment about Louis' late mother. Louis then suffered cuts on his head because Zayn was wearing rings. Zayn was pulled away. Louis was taken in for medical treatment, left with a concussion. And this happened outside in front of so many people. It was shocking.
You're
to
losing
One
so much
Direction.
money over a mama joke, a your mama joke.
Your mama joke went wrong, went
wait,
awry.
so they shut this down?
Well, the docuseries apparently has been scrapped, yes.
What? This is what's going to make you sell the docuseries.
Right. You would think that this would contribute to everybody watching it.
Yeah, this is marketing
Not here.
101.
Well,
you want to fight in
they
this
didn't take
thing.
that class for this.
Idiots.
Fans were also quick to notice that Louis and two of his sisters have unfollowed Zayn.
Now we're talking.
And then in other Zayn news, he was hospitalized for an undisclosed health scare on Friday. So
Sorry to
same
hear
day
that.
he released a new solo album. So this is a freaking mess, and my thoughts are going out to all the One Direction people that love this band.
He slapped too hard and his little hands got hurt.
His little hand got hurt.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
They're doing a docuseries and they get in a fight. That's what you want.
The gold part.
Yeah. Missed opportunity for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Pollstar Awards went down last week, and so we're recognizing the best tours of last year. Major tour of the year was Oasis with their Live 25 tour. Rock tour of the year went to Metallica with the M72 World Tour. Hip hop tour of the year, Kendrick Lamar and St. Louis's own SZA with the Grand National Tour. Benson Boone got the American Heart World Tour for the Pop Tour of the year. And as far as residency goes, the Eagles at the Sphere in Vegas won it up with the Pollstar. Rest in peace to Bob Kevoian, who was the co-founder and longtime host of the Bob and Tom Show. So Casey syndicated the Bob and Tom Show for about 17 years.
Yep.
And that show, depending on who you talk to, in its prime was excellent.
That was
And
my favorite show back in the day.
for so many people too. And then for their time, as everything goes, it just kind of faded away. But Bob was probably the face that you remember the most out of the two, always with his hat on and whatnot. He passed away at the age of 75 after a 3-year battle with gastric cancer, surrounded by his family at home.
Yeah.
Very sweet and sad here. So his family...
Yeah, he always had the LA hat on.
Yeah, he did. His family was singing Golden Slumbers to him as he passed away. I think that is so freaking sweet.
Did you get to meet him? Because you've been on their show.
I have. I think Bob was gone by the time I started doing the show, but I know that show had its time where it made some, including Greg Warren. He'll tell you, there was a time that they had a Bob and Tom tour that would, make comedians' careers. This is probably in the 90s, maybe early aughts, but there's a lot of comics who owe, a debt of gratitude to those guys because it used to be a real needle mover. And it's still, they still have their markets where they're big. But yeah, they were instrumental in a lot of comics careers and things like that. So, and that show, my buddy Josh Arnold took Bob's place, I believe. On the show.
really?
He's a St. Louis comedian.
No
So
way.
Josh Arnold's from here, and he's a host of Bob and Tom currently. And
I didn't know he's from
Wait,
St.
so
Louis.
when did Bob step back?
He stepped back after he found out that he had cancer. So let's see, in 2023, he started sharing that he had cancer, launched the Bob and Cancer Show podcast to kind of document his journey and provide support to people maybe facing similar challenges. The Bob and Tom Show started in 1983 in Indianapolis, where it was syndicated out of. The original home ship station there was WFBQ, became syndicated in 1995 when it was a massive success. Millions of people across the U.S., including, again, down the hall at Casey, streamed it, or syndicated it, rather. And yeah, I mean, I used to run board for that show when I started in 2008 at Casey. And like, I was so, I was in my 20s and it wasn't always my humor, but if like a comedian was on that you really loved, they were so engaging and all the bits that they would do and the fake characters and whatnot. It was a great radio show.
Dude,
Still
19,
Donnie Baker.
So he was doing
Chick.
83 to 2023.
Yeah.
Well, no, he retired. I think he left. He would bounce in every once in a while, but he kind of stepped away like 2010, maybe 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, still, 30 years, 40 years. Rizz and I have been doing this together for 12 years, and that seems like 100.
But Tom's still on there every day.
It was Tom and Chick and Josh when I started doing the show.
Okay.
So-
So even Christy stepped out.
Wow. She may have been there.
Okay.
She may have just been gone the day I was there.
Guys, I love Christina Applegate. I'm currently reading her book. It's really good if you love memoirs. And she was reportedly hospitalized in late March, though specific reasons still remain undisclosed. Her representative declined to comment on her condition. Of course, she's been very open about her challenges living with MS. She's had a lot of ongoing pain. She's very confined to her bed, which I just hate because she's a woman who has like so much life about her and she loves her kid. And it's like, she just can't engage more because she's in so much pain. And so she's been sharing her health journey. She's got a podcast. But yeah, her hospitalization coincided with her absence from her podcast, which had a lot of people prompting questions about her health. So I hope she's doing well. I love Christina Applegate so much. Hollywood gathered in Los Angeles on Saturday to celebrate Eddie Murphy as the recipient of the American Film Institute's highest honor. Spike Lee, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, they all talked about Eddie. Eddie Murphy gave an emotional acceptance speech. He admitted that he was just completely full and nearly moved to tears seeing his family and decades of colleagues all in one room. Spike Lee presented and praised Murphy as an American icon, noting that while Lee used his films to tell stories of how a nation could be better, Eddie Murphy made our nation feel better through laughter, which I completely agree. So all of us can watch that celebration. There's going to be a full tribute special that premieres on Netflix for Eddie Murphy on May 31st. And finally, today is 420, so smoke your pot, grab some munchies, sit down, maybe watch some movies. Here are the best 420 movies to watch today. You guys were kind of mentioning them before. You want me just to go through this list, Moon, or you guys want to guess around?
I think Half Baked has to be top 10, but there are so many Cheech and Chong movies that I don't know. I know Up in Smoke is probably, top 3.
It's the number 1, according to this list.
But I don't remember all the other ones.
About the money.
I don't remember the other ones. So how many Cheech and Chongs are on the top 10?
Just Up in Smoke, honestly.
Oh, okay, great. Then Half Baked.
Half Baked did not make the top 10.
Get
What are you
outta
talking about?
here.
Whoa.
I know.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
No way.
Did not make the top 10.
Oh, then I'm out. I don't know anything about this.
Well, okay, so number 10 is Super Troopers from 2001.
Okay, yeah, we mentioned that.
wins.
Our Idiot Brother, which I believe is Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
That's a weed movie?
I didn't know it was a weed
He's-
movie.
He
He's an
sells
idiot.
weed. He gets in trouble for
Oh,
selling
he
weed.
sells weed. But
He's
is
a-
it a
he's a
weed
pothead.
movie? Half Baked.
Not like Half Baked. What about How High?
How High did not make the top 10 of this
What-
list
who
either.
did
Oh,
this?
come
Did
on.
my mother make this
Your
list?
actually, yes. Moonsmom.com made this list. Now, this is from parade.com.
Oh my God.
I know, me
Sorry,
too.
Ma.
Dude, Where's My Car is number 8.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen that as an actual sit down.
that one-
They're
few
stoned
Oscars,
and
right?
stupid, so,
Okay, okay.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, obviously Spicoli's the
Something
big
up to
stoner in
Ma?
there. Is number 7.
I still say that to all my friends. What, Spilly, where's your shirt? Something happened to it, man.
He comes in with his Van slip-ons. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot is number 6. We're the Millers, number 5 on this list.
We're the Millers.
I mean, that whole movie has the basis of pot, right? Because Jason Sudeikis is getting marijuana to bring back from Mexico to
Yeah.
his boss, right?
Yeah,
And
but
he has
in
the
the
vape.
States.
That's a
but are
funny
they
movie.
smoking? Are they ever high?
They're high.
I think so. Yeah, the whole
Oh.
family gets.
What's
Oh, okay. Once, like
Yeah.
in one scene.
Yeah, something like
Cool.
A guy's ball sack gets
What's
bitten by a
the,
spider. It's a big deal.
what's the James Franco, Seth Rogen?
Oh, Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express
That's
is
top
number
5.
2. That's number 2.
I was like, yeah, that's.
Okay.
Friday is number 4, which is perfect. Dazed and Confused is number 3. So your top 3, Dazed and Confused, Pineapple Express, and Up in Smoke, according to Parade.com, is the best stoner movies to watch on 420. I know.
I think we could make a top 10 list not using any of those films.
I agree.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
But that's your crap. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
we're
Lern.
crap on birthdays. Carlos Valdez, that's Cisco and Vibe on the Flash 37. And the bad guy from the Roadhouse remake, Billy Magnuson, is 41. And Miranda Kerr is 43. Tan France, Lern's favorite.
I love him from Queer Eye.
Yeah, is 43. And whoa! He came in third place on the third season of Dancing with the Stars. Joey Lawrence is 50. That's what he's known for. Stephen Marley is 54. That's Bob's boy. And speaking of 420, that's the perfect birthday for him. Carmen Electra is 54. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, he is Gollum. He is 62.
He's also directing the new ones.
And he's in it.
He's awesome. And we got Crispin Hellion Glover is 62. That's George McFly from Back to the Future. Legendary New York Yankees star. Great mustache. Don Mattingly is 65.
Is his personal hero?
Yes.
Personal favorite.
I mean, this guy's awesome. Ron's cuter and more famous brother, Clint Howard, is 67. He's my favorite. Jessica Lange is 77. George Takei is 89. Nerd.
Dude, listen.
And
I have to say this. I have come to appreciate how Ron Howard's brother looks. What's his name?
Clint Howard.
Clint Howard. Yeah. But I remember first seeing him.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Dude,
Ice Cream Man,
I was a
or-
kid. No, I saw him in this movie called Ticks. You got to see Ticks.
Oh, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
ever see Ticks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's one of those Cinemax cheesy horror film kind of things where giant ticks kill you, and I hated it. I was freaked out by ticks anyway as a kid.
Sure.
But this dude comes out, and at one point I think that they make his head even bigger, but with that forehead and the way he looked, I remember thinking to myself, "Oh my God, as long as I don't look like him when I'm older, everything will be fine."
Yeah.
But I remember distinctly seeing that guy. And then I see him in Apollo 13. I'm like, oh, it's the Ticks guy, and he doesn't look that bad.
Right.
No. And now he's got gray, a really
He's got a
good
cool
gray
look.
beard and stuff. He
Looked
looks
him up
great.
when
He
was
really
his
does.
he was a child actor in a show called Gentle Ben about a bear. He had a pet
Yes.
bear. Because his
Gentle
brother
Ben.
was Opie. Ron Howard
Yes.
was Opie, and Clint was in a show called Gentle Ben.
Oh my gosh, what
was
a
a
cute
cute
looking
kid.
kid.
Yeah.
He is a cute looking kid, but it's uncanny valley because your brain wants to see Ron Howard, and when you see him,
Is that what
it
it is?
doesn't make sense to your brain.
Yo, look up Clint Howard in Ticks
He's so cute.
because they made him scary. It's a weird, scary movie, too. Well,
So imagine being on that
it's
show.
Scared of second grade.
Imagine being a child actor on a show with a bear. Because the rules in the
yeah.
60s were way different in Hollywood, dude. He's lucky he didn't get eaten.
Ticks came out in
When
93.
he was in an episode of Star Trek. Look at this picture.
This one.
Oh!
That's
He
when
is
we knew
awesome.
it was going to take
He's
a
got
turn.
some big baby brows.
Wow.
I love him, though. He's a great actor.
he is a great actor.
Sorry to interrupt your birthday. So it's just
Also, let's see here.
Love that guy.
One of the world's most famous artists for his famous paintings, Adolf Hitler,
Oh, my.
passed away or was born on this day in 1889.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
and
Scott.
Not Adolf
Thanks for
Hitler.
ending with that.
Screw
I thought
Adolf
that was a
Hitler,
good-
dude. I'm
Oh,
glad
dude.
he's
Speaking
dead.
of screwing Adolf Hitler,
He's an
this guy
artist.
could have done it. Today's porno birthday is Jamie Gillis. And he could have screwed Hitler with his giant hog.
Wow.
And today's birthday boy has been in 454 excellent films, including Virgin Kink 17 and 19, Whipped Ass,
Oh.
Walking Toilet Bowl 1. That was Clint Howard was in that one too. New Wave Hookers 5, Captain Butts Beach, da-da-da-da, The Private Tapes, Bruised Buns, Daddy Gets Punished, and who could forget his beautiful quintessential film, Oscar-worthy, and She Had It Coming. Jamie Gillis is or would have been.
Would have been. You wouldn't even mention it.
He gone.
Would have been 82 years old. He
Happy
died in
birthday.
2010. He literally is old enough he could have done Hitler. That is your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays. And that concludes your crap on celebrity.
Thank you very much. And again, we're celebrating 420. So speaking of quintessential singles that just make you go straight 90s wee culture, man.
Yeah, man.
And in honor of Rizz, here's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Welcome back to the Rizzuto Show on this fine 420. We are celebrating a little bit with some a playlist, really. A playlist that Lern put together. We're going to throw on some Because I Got High in just a little bit. We did some Tom Petty. We did some Cypress Hill. All the staples, really,
Yeah,
for
that's
this
right.
fine April 20th.
Yeah, man.
Let's just jump into news. We got a sponsor on news today?
STL Windows and Doors. Other installers trust.
Sweet. Check this out. Sobriety tests are one attempt to hold people accountable for driving impaired, but they're far from comprehensive. But a new test could be coming to the market soon.
Okay.
A research team in Virginia Commonwealth University has introduced a prototype for a THC breathalyzer.
Oh, no.
That could make roadside marijuana testing a thing. It's a small, inexpensive device that looks like an asthma inhaler and relies on a 3D printed part. It's designed to work within minutes without the need for laboratory backup, too. There's a mouthpiece to collect your breath, a cartridge where the chemical reactions occur, and then a detection chamber that shows the results. Supposedly, it will also be able to distinguish between specific compounds, separating THC, CBD, and CBN.
Wow.
So when you're hearing this, if you're thinking like, "Well, but I do CBD at night or something like that," that's not supposed to. It's not supposed to get you busted here. There's still more work needed to make that definitive. THC is the main one responsible for chasing the high. But it's important because 24 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized cannabis for adult recreational purposes, and 40 states have legalized cannabis in some form, including for medical use. So it's still against the law to drive under the influence of any drug, but for now there's not a widely accepted roadside method for assessing THC impairment. So that's pretty big news that's ever so closer.
I'm for it. I don't want people, just like I don't want people drinking and driving and acting a fool. I think if you're super high and you're out there weaving, I mean, you gotta be responsible with substance like
But
this.
how will I know I'm on 170?
Well, listen.
Also,
It's going to be sad to not have that smell on 170 anymore where people
that
drive.
was always the problem with legalization that they would bring up. Is like there was no way to enforce it on the roadways. That was always a big argument against it. It was like, well, we don't have a way to prove of impaired driving, so legalizing it makes it more widely available, and it'll be harder. But I'm sure as soon as they figured out they could make money on it, that weed breathalyzer got moved to the front of the research line. We can pull people over and make them pay enormous fines.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and, you know what, cancer can wait. Let's get that THC
These would be higher fees than drinking, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm all for it. Do you guys?
You were going almost 4 miles an hour, sir. What?
No.
You guys want some good news or bad news?
On 420, I want some good news.
Good news first. Listen, you're getting both.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, well, let's start with the bad, I guess.
Let's start with the bad. Okay, let me put this away then. Okay. In not so great news.
Oh, no.
Middle-aged Americans are weaker and sadder than peers in other countries and in earlier generations. We're the worst. We're the worst.
Why?
A new study says that middle-aged Americans are struggling now more than ever, and it's getting worse with each generation. Adults in their 50s and early 60s today are reporting higher levels of loneliness and depression. You're almost there, dude. We're almost there. You went, as if you're not a part of this at all.
I'm not in my 60s, man.
Well, I said 50s.
Well,
50s and early
not there
60s.
yet either.
All right. Well,
Hard, I'm 39 and a half.
Reporting higher levels of loneliness and depression, along with weaker memory and physical strength compared to people of the same age decades ago.
Dang it.
Now, what's surprising is the trend is unique to the U.S. In most European countries, middle-aged adults are actually getting healthier and less lonely over time. And researchers are pointing to rising financial stress in the U.S., weaker social safety nets, expensive health care, and the pressure for caring for both kids and aging parents all at once. The bottom line is America's real midlife crisis isn't a sports car. It's stress, isolation, and burnout.
Yeah.
And apparently, we're kind of alone on the planet right now as far as that goes, as far as the trend goes. So that's your bad news.
Okay.
Sweet.
It's going to be all right.
I'm going to get out of here.
No.
Boo. All right, how about this? A 28-year-old man in California, Jarrell Augustine, was arrested for stealing valuable Lego figurines from sets.
That jerk.
After removing them, he would replace the logo pieces with bags of dried pasta because it kind of sounds the same.
Same effect. Yep.
He reseals the box and then returns for cash. Check this out. I got police officer Ziggy Arzakan, coolest name ever,
Wow.
talking about the scam. Check this out.
I was a con artist.
Cases that occurred here in Orange County, they shared that they opened the box and instead of Legos, they found bags of dried pasta. And these were definitely the sets that were consistent with what he was purchasing and then returning. These were Star Wars sets and Marvel sets, which have a very high value in a secondary market.
Investigators linked Augustine to dozens of similar cases across Texas, Tennessee, New Jersey, and Florida, suggesting a multi-state operation, and he allegedly stole about $34,000 worth of high-end logo sets that they knew of.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Does anybody live in the area with the Amazon delivery drones? Do we have that going on yet?
I haven't seen them, but I think we do live in the area. I think they're testing it here, right?
I don't know. I forget what city it was in, but I saw one of the little airports, the Amazon airports.
No way.
Where they have the it's like a concrete platform with all the
Like a charging station.
Kinda. It's where they land, and it's where they like hook them up. And there's some customers that are sharing the results, and they're not very impressed, particularly since the packages are being dropped from 10 feet.
Oh.
So here's a gal ordering. She ordered a syrup drink mixer in a plastic bottle just to see if it would break. Here's the video.
I live in an Amazon drone delivery area, and I just recently posted this video. The number one question is, what if it's something fragile? Fragile things won't be delivered by drone. However, I saw that I can order a tranny syrup, and it will come by drone. So the question is whether it's a glass or a plastic bottle, but here's the deal. It does drop from 10 feet in the air, so a plastic bottle also seems like that might be kind of fragile. Package is here. Let's see how it survived. Oh, everywhere. It's definitely broken. What should we order next?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if
Who has the money for this? She's like, let's order more crap to be broken.
Yeah. It's all for the TikTok. Well, I'll probably not need it. You guys fans of Nutella?
Of course. Look at me. Yes.
Yo, don't tell Greg Warren, but Nutella is finally shaking things up. After 60 years, they just launched a brand new flavor called Nutella Peanut.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
It mixes
peanut.
classic chocolate hazelnut spread with roasted peanut butter flavor. So don't tell Greg Warren. He is the peanut butter expert. He's a purist.
He's going to be upset.
He's going to be upset. It's a big deal because Nutella has basically stayed the exact same since the 60s, only releasing different formats, not new flavors until now. So that is something new for Nutella. The new spread is already hitting stores nationwide. Early reactions say it tastes like a mashup of Nutella and peanut butter. So after 6 decades, Nutella finally giving fans something new, and it's something old, just mixed up. 3 people in California are headed to jail after pulling off one of the weirdest insurance scams you will ever hear. Look up this picture.
Okay.
They dressed up in a bear costume and staged fake bear attacks on their own luxury cars. We're talking a 2010 Rolls Royce Ghost, 2015 Mercedes G63, and a 2022 Mercedes E350. Then they would file insurance claims for the damage. Then the group submitted video as proof. Investigators quickly realized that the bear was a person in a costume. The scam raked in more than $140,000 before they got caught. Now, all 3 have been sentenced to jail time, probation, and they have to pay it all back. State investigators launched Operation Bear Claw after State Farm flagged suspicious footage showing the, quote, bear moving like a human rather than an animal.
This happens.
California Department of Fish and Wildlife biologists confirmed that the creature was clearly a human in a bear suit, officially noting that no brown bears have even been seen in California since 1920s.
Right.
Search warrants revealed a bear costume with fake claws at the suspect's residence. Look at the picture.
Wow.
Look at those claws.
That's the crazy thing is it's not like they launched an investigation and found footage somewhere from some old Ring camera.
Yeah.
These people put the video, they sent them the video of them in a costume.
They're being funny.
Being funny.
Listen, there was an episode of The Kardashians where I don't remember which one of the girls it was. Kim, somebody. They were trying to get mom, Kris Jenner, to think that there was a bear in the backyard of like her newly built house. And I think it was Khloe. Khloe was in a bear costume, like roaming through the back manicured yard, acting a fool. Bear costumes for pranks is the best. Freaks me out, dude. I was walking yesterday down Manchester, like in Wildwood, where definitely the Wildwood bears probably exist.
Oh, the Baldwin bear.
The Baldwin bear that was a little nomad going through West County.
Yeah.
And I looked over at Tim. I go, you know what? I don't like we're out here along the road where mountain lions and God only knows what can just come ravaging out.
Yeah.
You put a bear costume on where I'm walking, you're going to see fight or flight kicking so fast. I'm out.
That's how you get shot in this state.
Right.
I don't feel like you're gonna do very well playing around in a bear costume if you're out in rural Missouri.
No, unless you're Winnie the Pooh in it.
Is
Nobody's
Tim
gonna
the
shoot that
Baldwin bear?
You know what? Could be. Still don't know who's pooping in my backyard, by the way.
It's Tim.
Big old human turds.
Somebody's human pooping in your
Yes, this happened. Remember last year
No
I was telling
way.
y'all that somebody was taking a deuce outside of my bedroom window, and it definitely isn't a raccoon because the turds were so big. We were mowing this weekend. Tim's like,
They're back.
they're back, and now it was in a different place. Somebody's just taking a big dump in my backyard.
You're
Probably in a bear
kidding me.
costume. I'm not. It's next level stuff going on in Ellisville.
So how high are you getting at night?
So you know what? Maybe I.
Somebody's sleep pooping. Who's putting these soup can turds outside my window?
What if you put a trail cam out there and it's you?
And it's me. Oh no.
Just scurrying in the middle of the night. Scurrying out there, laying a soup can outside your own window,
Oh,
and then
man, it
climbing
is.
back through the window and getting in bed.
Oh, man.
The case has been closed.
Yeah, we don't need
Operator
to talk
error.
about it anymore.
Honey, you deleted all the nest footage. Don't worry about it.
Speaking of poo, if you missed the opening of the show, definitely check out the podcast because I sat next to somebody that pooped in their pants on this last flight. And a JetBlue red-eye flight had to make an emergency detour because something smelled really, really bad. The plane headed from San Francisco to Boston was diverted to Chicago around 3 a.m. after the crew reported a strong odor in the cabin. Passengers say that the smell seemed to be coming from the bathroom area, describing it as strong, chemical-like, and impossible to ignore. And the plane landed safely. Nobody was hurt, but the delay stretched the trip by hours while officials investigated what caused the stink. And I was looking for follow-ups. No follow-ups. I don't know if somebody deuced that bad that they landed the plane or if something was backing up or whatever, but that's what you get. That's what you get. All right, how about that good news that we mentioned?
Oh yeah. I almost forgot.
Couple things. Hot air balloon pilot in Southern California is being celebrated for his quick thinking when he had to make an emergency landing in somebody's backyard. And we're not talking about a big old Missouri backyard. We're talking about a tiny little Southern California backyard.
Okay.
This thing was tiny, and it had 13 passengers in the basket. The yard was tiny. The basket was huge. Look up the video of this thing. I'm going to play some audio.
Of the people.
This dude landed
One lady's
a
dressed
hot
like a
air
pirate.
balloon. Yeah,
Well,
look,
with the
there,
tree and
there are
everything.
trees everywhere and a little wall, like a little wall
It looks
terrace
fake.
kind of thing.
It looks like a sitcom.
Dude.
It looks like they took this still out of a sitcom.
It does.
Pretending to make a balloon landing in a
yeah,
backyard.
like a Golden Girls like set
Yeah.
backyard.
As soon as this medicine commercial's over,
Listen to this audio.
At first, I was like, oh my gosh, we're in a backyard. Like, this is crazy.
This guy's like, they just landed in your backyard. I open the sliding glass door and there's a basket full of 13 people in my backyard.
He says there's not enough wind because the wind kind of like stopped a little bit. And he was like, we're going to land. And we only had a little bit of fuel left.
The pilot, he was masterful. You know, he got it like right down inside, like directly into the backyard where there was nothing. They came in and he kind of just plopped straight down and was moving very slowly.
Yeah, the homeowner said, I opened the sliding glass door and there's a basket of 13 people in my yard.
It's a
That's
tiny
cute.
yard. There's like a retaining wall, a patch of grass that's about 8 feet, and then a patio.
Yeah, and he's got
this
one of
dude
them.
nailed it.
He's got one of them pergola things too, which I'm sure is very stabby on a
That's crazy.
on a hot air
Just
balloon.
look at the patch of grass he had to land that on.
Yeah,
Outstanding work.
it's like total probably what 30 square feet,
Yep.
if that. I mean, it's
Itty bitty.
I was just
crazy.
And no one got out.
No,
Yeah,
well,
that's the
they
funny-
did. They
Oh.
had to make sure that like the balloon wasn't going to get kind of swept, and then they all got out eventually.
I was listening to Conan Needs a Friend podcast, and he had Adam Devine on there, and he was talking about the first time Conan ever called him, and he said it was like the coolest day ever because he was in a hot air balloon. He got the phone call, so he was telling him he was in the balloon and all this, and then they had to make an emergency landing, and they landed at some billionaire's property, and they came out and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to ride 4-wheelers and stuff?" So he got to like have the time of
Got
his
to
life.
hang out.
It was like
Wow.
the greatest
That's
day of
sweet.
his life. Conan called him, and then he had that. I'm like, that's awesome.
Speaking of
Imagine
greatest,
that you had one of your CBD seltzers.
Yeah.
And you were just hanging out in your yard.
pooping in your
I
yard.
forgot who
my
was
yard.
pooping in your
You're
yard.
pooping in your
Yeah,
yard.
You were out there pooping. And then you're like, no one is ever going to catch me. And then
Nobody's gonna see me
from
all
the-
stoned.
a 14-person. You don't like
A fun
talking. You don't
trip,
like
dude?
people seeing you like that. And then a hot air balloon lands in
That
Lern's
would be
yard.
amazing, actually.
She has to pull up her pants real quick, stop pooping, but then they're just like, never mind, we fixed the problem, and they just
and then
take
float
off.
away.
and
Nobody will ever believe me.
you.
Yeah, it's the Bill
You're
Murray.
like, guys, somebody landed in my. You're like, oh, really? 14 people in a basket?
They put me
Like,
in the
I
nut
swear
house.
to God.
Yeah.
They just
Maybe that's
float
what's
away.
happening. Maybe it's a hot air balloon landing in your backyard. Somebody's getting out because they needed
It's
a toilet. You can't be doing that in the air.
That's true. And
never
honestly,
know.
that's how people would have to get back there because I got a big old fence. So I don't know what's going on.
Do you think people have to do that? Like if you got to poop in a hot air balloon,
You just drop it over the
it's
side.
over the side, right?
There's probably like a little hole in the middle. They could lift up and
You're
cover.
on statistically, someo's gotten diarrhea in a hot air
It'll
balloon,
it'll dry out and be little pebbles by the time it hits the floor. Ain't no.
which means it's just
No problem.
That is airborne. That's just coming.
So you know that those days when you're out there just walking and you get a little something misty on you, it could be that.
Well, speaking of unexpected landings, and this, I put this in the good news thing because it's awesome for everybody. And if you guys didn't see this video, look this up. A skydiver crashed into a scoreboard before Virginia Tech's first spring football game on Saturday. He got stuck right on like the giant screen, and it has like a sponsorship logos over that. He runs into this thing, and his parachute, as he's about to fall down the scoreboard, catches on the letter. And he was just hanging there. Thankfully, he was rescued, but it did take 2 attempts. The first time, the fire department ladder wasn't long enough to get him, so they had to bring in another. The skydiver's name has not been released. He wasn't injured. And I don't know if this was one of those like planned things where you're supposed to come down on the field, but I don't think so, dude. Because if you watch this guy, he's like kind of coming in, and he starts floating, you go, oh no! What's going to happen? And then he hits the scoreboard and kind of half hangs. And you're just like, he's hanging on the Virginia Tech logo.
He probably made a bet with his buddies, like, hey, they can't arrest me. I'm going to get out of there so quick when I land on the field.
It's pretty wild.
Dang it.
And then finally, could black jelly beans help people with Crohn's disease?
Oh.
In the future, maybe. A new study has shown that the glycosirin, the compound responsible for licorice root's flavor, can block a form of inflammatory cell death that's linked to Crohn's disease. But people with Crohn's disease shouldn't start loading up on licorice yet. The researchers are optimistic that this could lead to a future treatment. So there's some challenges that they have, like finding a way to get intact molecules to the right cells. But simply eating licorice isn't going to do the trick right now. But, hey, that's a step. That's a step in the right direction for those that are dealing with Crohn's.
All this is big black licorice.
This is big licorice?
Coming out, trying to find a reason to just stay relevant. Nobody wants this.
You're right.
Nobody wants black licorice at all. And if they're saying, oh, you know what? This is what's going on. It'll actually cure Crohn's disease. Now we're pulling at strings to cure disease so we can stay relevant so the black licorice factories can stay in business. No thanks. This is big fraud. I'm not here for it.
You're right. I think you're right.
Is that a hot air balloon?
Big licorice is lying, man.
The Baldwin Bears flying a hot air balloon.
I don't believe a word they say. All right.
Get off my Acura, man.
Yeah, man. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Trailer Trash Tammy, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz.
Man, we're just jamming to this
is
re-intro. Rafe was playing sax on his chapstick over there.
That's my chapstiphone.
Sounded good.
That's a normal Monday behavior.
Lern's playing the squeaky chair.
I am.
Yeah, welcome back to the Rizzuto Show. Speaking of squeaky chairs, make sure you check out the Rizzuto Show YouTube channel because a video dropped today at 6 a.m.
Tootsie chairs.
that, I mean, we'll just say it's a magnifying glass into the biggest case of the year so far.
Biggest
2026, yeah, Fartgate.
You farted in Rizz's chair. Or did you?
Or did I?
Yeah. I can't wait to watch afterwards because I want to see how it's broken down.
Or did I?
Right.
A full investigation was done, and I'm just gonna say, I'm just over here waiting for y'all to come my way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you got to see the
over
video,
there, dude. I don't know.
Video department went all out and hired a whole bunch of investigators and all sorts of stuff. Yes, Matlock was a part of it, and let's just say Matlock is he's on my side. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Rizzuto is out of town. He is on vacation. He even turned his email away thing on, which means he's literally off the grid.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near where he's going to get information about what we're doing this week. So we're going rogue, and for the first time ever in the history of the Rizzuto Show, someone else is going to take Sexy Time Fun Facts, and who better than our own
sex therapist.
Lern Elwell.
Yes. Hi.
Wow.
You know, I almost was a psychologist. If I wasn't going into radio, I was going to get my psychology degree.
Really?
Probably would have done me some good.
I mean, you're doing the same thing here. You're helping groups of people rather than individuals.
One-on-ones. Right. And I love Sexy Time Fun Facts. It's one of my favorite parts of our show, and I've always loved it even before joining. And so, because I like talking about relationships and sex, and I like talking about, like, opinions of all of us, because, you know, love is subjective and relationships are all autonomous. Okay. And so I had some thoughts here. Have we all been in long-distance relationships before?
Yeah. I mean, I think touring in any sense is a long-distance relationship for sure.
I had a long-distance relationship while I was in college. I dated a guy named Andrew, and he and I predominantly lived apart from each other. And we broke up whenever I came back into town. And my mom also had a long-distance relationship with my stepdad. Jerry was a consultant, so he would work around the world all throughout the week, and he'd only be home on weekends. And when he retired, it, like, shifted up their dynamic, you know, because you're used to not seeing each other. And so that can be really weird whenever you're around each other a lot. 60%, this is like a scientific number, 60% of long-distance relationships are successful, which is great. It's above average. And so I wanted to ask the room, so, like, the pros and cons of a long-distance relationship. Like, for you, like for me, should couples set end dates for long-distance periods? Like, when you were out on the road, did you have, like, I would only be gone away from your wife for 3 weeks max, or?
No, there were no maxes because, you know, I mean, touring is so wild. Like, if you plan on doing something and you catch a tour for 3 weeks.
Right.
Now, you got to remember, when I was touring, like touring, you did 2 to 4 month tours. And that doesn't really happen anymore. Even the younger bands are like, I can't take, you know, the mental health thing and all that kind of stuff. So they'll do, like, different legs. They'll do 4 legs of the same tour. And that was not really possible for us. And especially if you had a hit, well, guess what? You're going to be on tour as long as that hit's a hit.
Right.
You got to strike while the iron's hot, because that's what you're working for, because the only way to even, like, survive is to tour in the record business and the music business. So, like, you know, when things are going well, that just means that things are going really well for a business and harder for home. Well, we never had the opportunity or the luxury to put, like, dates on the things. Now, granted, anybody I've ever been with knows that this is what I do. So you're signing up for what you're signing up for.
Exactly.
And if things are going well, you're signing up for not seeing me all that much.
Well, and that's where my, like, parents came in. So, like, I want to just, like, focus on my mom and Jerry for a second, because I don't think a lot of people had the same dynamic that my sister and I had growing up, where, like, her dad was gone for the majority of the time, and whenever it was home, it was like, you know, then he was in dad mode and husband mode and whatnot.
I'm 24-hour dad when I'm home.
And it was crazy because, like, long distance couples, like, they do face fewer relationship conflicts because there's so much autonomy there. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Like, if you are, you know, if you have, like, a quintessential normal relationship where you're around each other a lot, conflicts are going to arise just normally. That's a part of it too. But this research found that if you are in a long distance relationship, part of the success rate of it being 60% of them being successful is because there's not as many conflicts as if you were in a normal, like, seeing you every day type of thing. Sure. Second topic. All right.
I wonder if there's a counterpoint to that, though, like, because I do think sometimes when the autonomy can be a blessing and a curse, because you sacrifice closeness, and you sacrifice, like, I'm curious if there's some of that too, like when you, if you don't feel, you know, if you're not dependent on each other for the day-to-day things, if there's
that, like, intimacy isn't there.
Yeah, you lose a little bit of intimacy, but sounds like it's going okay for a lot of people.
You know what's wild is I knew somebody that, you know, they lived in a different city because they worked in a different city for so long that when he retired, he could only stay retired for like a year and a half, because and even the wife said this, and they're two of the coolest people, and the wife is, she's amazing, but she goes, he was like in my way.
I know. Yeah.
Everywhere. And he even said, he goes, I felt like I was in the way everywhere I was. Like, I was never a part of this routine. So, like, you know, I'm trying to be here.
Yeah, it's like when people retire.
Oh, for sure.
And he said,
like, go get a hobby, go play golf.
It was like a year and a half later, he took another gig. He's like, I got to
get out back.
I was talking to a comedian who I can't name, because he's like, if I ever said this and she heard it, I'd be toast. Friend of the show, I will say that. Oh, and he's like,
narrowed it down.
He goes, when I talk to my son and my wife and I'm in a comedy festival, it's two very different conversations. He's like, I get my teenage son off and I'm like, dude, sang a song with Mark Maron last night on stage. He's like, everything's going
You're
awesome.
narrowing
The
it
shows
down.
are fun. Everything was cool. We had such a great time. And he's like, oh, the shows are awesome, man. I'm having the parties are great. And he's like, what? He goes, where's your mom? He's like, in the next room. He goes, all right, I'm going to call her. He calls her and he's like, hey, babe.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, gosh, man, they're running me ragged out here.
Not having any fun at
He's
all.
like, I don't like, he goes, because, the money for festivals isn't great. It's more about the hang, and it's not bad, but it's like you're kind of down there to, like, be amongst the industry and be amongst your peers and kind of
Introduce
like
yourself
that.
to other audiences as well.
Yes, and it's not a huge payday, so I think, like, he's like, my wife's like, sounds like you're just kind of having a good time and not making a whole lot of money on the road. And he's just like,
That's not what's happening
It's
at
part of the
all.
grind, babe. And it's just kind of funny to hear that he's like, when I
dynamic.
talk to my son, he's like, this is the raddest night of my life.
Right.
That is really
Well, you're not only in a long distance relationship because of that kind of stuff, Rafe, but like both of you guys travel.
Yeah.
So that's got to be even wilder.
Yeah.
But I mean, you figure that dynamic out pretty well.
Well, yeah. We struggle sometimes, but you kind of have to. I think it helps when you have somebody in the same industry you're in. There's pros and cons. Some of the stuff we've already talked about. Yeah.
I feel, you know what else I feel like is a long distance relationship is when somebody has a third shift job.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because the time difference.
Because they say like I think that's probably harder
Yeah,
than long distance
that's the
because
old 2 ships passing a night.
yeah,
I think,
exactly,
yeah.
because it's even hard to communicate.
Well,
'Cause literally you're sleeping.
you
while
could
you're
even
working.
have like like Tim and I have like a normal 9 to 5. Oh, my job's a little strange. I get up early and whatnot. I'm home earlier than he is, but he has like a 9 to 5 job. And we still have things, we've been together for a long time where we still have to like work at different things at this point in our marriage and whatnot. And something that we've been doing, our good friend Scott got for Christmas this year, he got us these conversation cards where you can sit and like ask each other questions, which I love. I love the question game. And we had a question come up. As we were watching Coachella this weekend and stuff and just hanging out, I busted those cards out. We were just asking each other all these questions. And one of them was, what are the next steps for your relationship? And then I found some different questions that people, like milestones for people in like long-term committed relationships that are like mature. Like, 16 years, it's a long time. And so like, I just wanted to ask the room. So like, do you think prenups should be standard?
Yes,
I do too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I think it should be.
They
Standard.
will be.
And I think they will be as well.
I told you I saw that video going around where this guy was like, "Make me the bad guy." And he's like, "Tell your kids that they're not in the will if they don't sign a prenup, because otherwise, you're saying that some
Rando.
incoming son-in-law or
Yeah.
incoming daughter-in-law is privy to whatever inheritance that you're setting down
Yeah.
to this kid."
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to leave and know that so-and-so can take half of my kid's stuff
Yeah.
that I gave them, that,
Yeah,
I,
that's
that
what-
I worked for them.
My wife and I are
interesting
getting ready.
angle.
We're getting ready to go through that whole process. So that's the thing
prenup?
that I brought that up, and we're gonna definitely do that.
Yeah,
Well, they
dude,
have
for
to.
sure. And I think I'm gonna do that. Like, make me the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my daughters, tell my son, like, make me the bad guy. This person is not getting anything that I earned.
Well, and it takes all of that out of the whole drama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
if you're
yeah,
worried
yeah.
about somebody's marrying you for your money, they sign a prenup.
Even-
You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I just think it's a good idea to sit down and talk about those things while you love each other.
Yes.
Because that's why divorce law is such good money. It becomes a 1-year knockdown, drag-out fight, and it's about vengefulness and spite. I've seen it. I used to work courthouse adjacent. I'd have people come in, sit at the bar after they went to their divorce hearing, and just, you're the bartender, so you're getting to hear all about it
Yeah.
all day. I'd work those day shifts. There'd be somebody like, took me for everything I had. I'm living in my boat in my driveway, and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, and I'm, it's like, why not? People would spend Ivy League education for their kids trying to fight for just something to piss the other person off because they're hurt and they're wounded and they want to, your heart doesn't know what to do with the pain and the grief. And it's like, make people sit down while they're like, hey, while we're both and love each other and we'll be reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's decide what would be a fair, if God forbid we can't work it out, what would be a fair agreement? I think it would just make things so much easier.
It would.
Dude, it would. And who's most likely to get levered than the heartbroken? Who's more likely to get levered than the heartbroken? So, like, you take the leverage aspects out of all of it.
Oh, yeah. I've left
prior
several
to.
relationships with trash bags full of clothes and a dog just because I was like, keep it all.
Yeah, I'm just
And then 2 months later, I'm like, God, I miss
why?
my TV.
Exactly.
Financial independence is important whether you're with somebody or not. So, like, of course, having that all signed and ready to go just for the long term is good.
Hey, let me tell you, starting over hurts.
And okay, so moving on with that type of, so you're in the long term. So should emotional support be expected or requested? And there's another question I found, can mature love exist without romance? Like you think about like your grandparents who had been together for 75,000 years and they're not necessarily like flirty with each other. They're coexisting. They're making it work. They're supporting each other, but not in a way that it originated, right? Like all of us have relationships where in the honeymoon phase, everything's golden, everything's amazing. And then as you go through that relationship, you get to a point where, hey, maybe emotional intimacy is lacking, or maybe physical touch is gone, or maybe somebody's got sexual problems where they can't have sex anymore. It makes you think about like the long term and can mature love exist without romance?
100%. I mean, my parents haven't done it since my brother was conceived. So, and they did fine. They were a shining example.
Okay. You're like, I don't want to think about it ever again.
I would assume.
I don't think it can. I think you have to have romance up until the end.
Oh, yeah. I disagree. I totally disagree. I feel like, and here's why. Because I have thought, what if something were to happen to me or to happen to Mallory? Like, would it change anything? 100% not. I think of Christopher Reeve and like, that whole thing. And like, dude, I just like, I have such a like deep and I mean like full blown spiritual love for this woman that like, if that was to be taken away by anything, it would not matter.
Yeah.
It would not matter. Like I so deeply love this human being that I have her back no matter what. And it has nothing to do with anything except for unconditional love.
But that wouldn't remove romance. Not to me.
What do you mean? I'm saying if she was physically unable or I was physically unable to.
No, I'm not saying sexual romance. I'm saying like actual like.
Oh, I thought you meant sex.
No, well, sex is part of it. That's the physical intimacy. But I'm saying like emotional intimacy as well. Like connecting and flirting and having like that liveliness to your love. That is so special. Like if you just cease to have the flirt, cease to have inside jokes, and it's just hey, we're just reading our books, dude, and like we're just existing. We're roommates at this point.
Well, who's to say you couldn't get it back?
Well, you can always get it back. I'm just saying immature love, not immature, immature love, like your old parents, your old grandparents.
Sure. Like
my grandma, she did, after her husband died, she had boyfriends for the rest of her life until she died. She outlived a lot of them. She kept that romance going. She was a big flirt. She loved men. And she had that up until she died. Yeah. And I think that's really special. And then I had a grandparent that maybe didn't have that at all. And actually after her husband left her, she just like never met anyone again and just like decided not to have that part of her existence anymore, which is fine if that's what she wanted, but I don't know if that was
I
what
will
she
say
wanted.
Dating your grandma was like, she was just so sweet.
Wasn't she the best?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You did date her for a little while.
Romantic.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want it. I don't know if it's doable or not, but I would want romance to the end.
Yeah.
That's just, I give a girl a message in a bottle. That's who
right.
I mean, that's the greatest thing about
I'd rather be
married.
alone, honestly. I'm like, because I see people do that too, where I'm like, I see some people that they get over it and like either get divorced and it's like, I'm good. I spent 30 years with someone. I am.
You're so good at romancing yourself.
Well, it's like if you're gonna
baby.
if the sex isn't part of it and you're not gonna have romance either,
it's like what is
why
it?
not just chill and do whatever you want all day? Why have to have a roommate that you got to clean up after? And you know what I mean, like.
Well, you get all the crappy parts to being in a relationship.
Yeah,
Only,
yeah.
like I'm cleaning your skid-marked underwear.
Oh, exactly.
I need a little bit of a flirt if I'm cleaning your whites. You know what I mean?
That's
I
love,
agree.
baby.
That's love, baby.
I agree. Like, yeah, if I gotta consciously be like, I tore the seat up. Is it up or down? And then,
oh Lord.
Like I then, smack me on the butt in the kitchen. You don't have to necessarily. I mean, I do want to bang.
Oh, that's romance.
I want to bang into the grave.
I'm the most romantic guy you've ever met.
Butt smacks? Hell yeah.
I want to bang into the grave, but if I can't, I still want to write you a love note every once in a while, you know?
All right, let's go around the horn. Do you guys believe in soulmates? And if you do believe in soulmates, do you believe there is one for one, or you have many soulmates?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
I mean, I guess with our limited understanding of what the soul really is, I feel like sure there's soulmates, and there's probably potential. I think all this is like things that you can craft and sow and water and all of that, and I truly believe that like it's all possible, but it's something that takes a little bit of effort.
Yeah, I think you have one, and my wife's not gonna like this, but it's really weird, and it's an unfortunate situation, but my soulmate is a Sri Lankan guy in Seattle named Sid. He's a chef, and we're both straight, but we're both soulmates, and it's always been that way. And
I love
nothing we can do about
people,
it.
too.
Nothing we can do about it. You know.
I believe in soulmates. I believe you have many soulmates. I don't look at that as like a singular, this is my soulmate.
Right.
And that's kind of evolved over time because I feel like I have so many, like I always say, like obviously Tim's my soulmate, but my sister's my soulmate too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like a lock and key. Like it's somebody that has the potential to be someone that is just so interlocked and close to you.
1,000.
Right?
Yeah.
What about you, Rafe?
You know I do.
You love soulmates, too.
I do.
You know I
He's
do.
got hundreds of them.
I think there's many. I don't think there's hundreds, but I think you meet many, and I don't always think you get to be with them. Sometimes I think there are romantic soulmates that you just don't. The timing's not there, or something like that, and then it becomes something else. Or I don't think
The twin flame.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like you meet people at the wrong time, or they're not available, and you just have to. Yeah, I think there's many, and I think it's kind of what you said. Like, it can develop into romantic love, or it can become something else. But it's usually somebody that's really important to you in your life. And I think that's a cool thing. I think everybody should open themselves up to that, because if not, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing? Sitting around thinking there's no soulmates or something?
There's
stupid.
soulmates. I got a lot. And, instead of Rafe on relationships this week, I decided to take it over and do an Learn on the ladies. And so, ladies, this is for you. So if you're working, you're a mom, you got a million things going on, you're burned out, you're stressed, and you're skipping vacations, this is a big part of the problem. So there was a study that showed that women who take 3 or 4 vacations a year are far less likely to feel stressed or depressed compared to those who are barely taking time off. So ladies, you got to take control of that, get yourself out in the open, go have like a girl's vacation. I'm actually getting ready to do, my girlfriend's coming in town in October, and we're doing like a women's weekend, like a wellness women's weekend for like eating good and yoga and, crying around a campfire. We got that going on in October, and I'm really looking forward to that. And it's just going to be like a mini vacation in Innsbruck. So maybe if you're interested, hit me up and I can give you the details on that. And women have questions. So I found these questions on the internet. Okay. Women have questions for you guys, and I want to see what your answers are. And I'm just going to go around. You each get one question. Is that okay?
Sure.
Moon, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Do guys really care about the size of boobs and butts? And you are representing men. Each of you. Yeah, you have to represent.
Do we really care? My gosh, this is maybe the most complex question I've ever been asked in my entire life.
Do men care about the size of boobs and butts, really?
Give me your phone, and if I think you're lying, I'm going to pour water over it.
I'm gonna say the short answer is yes, but not really.
Okay.
By the way, it all changes too. Because when you're a kid, I think every kid, and I hope I'm not being too crass here, but I think every young boy is born a boob man.
Born a boob man.
Yeah.
And evolves into a butt man.
I think you're naturally we are inclined. And then I think in some
me, I tried to latch onto an ass.
I believe that. I believe, and you didn't care.
Give me that booty juice, baby.
You're like that the monster from the basement that's biting people on the ass foot of the basement step.
That's you. Stairs quick. That was a little baby coming up them stairs. That is an ass man.
Try to think of when you were a kid.
Your 3-year-old keeps saying, "Daddy's an ass man," and I don't like it.
Man.
I'm telling you, if you're a 7-year-old and on TV a butt flashes, you ain't think about nothing.
Huh?
But somebody comes in with some heavy cleave,
big old B,
and I'm telling you, even as a kid, you're gonna go, "Whoa, that's something in me is saying."
Right,
that's cool.
He's representing. You guys can't disagree. His word is the last.
He represents.
Word.
I agree with your representation. But the caveat is not as much as women think we do.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah. And it's something that matures. So whatever you think we care about, you're wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong.
All right.
It's not as much as women think we focus on it.
What about, Scott, how long does it take to recover after you've been hit in the balls? I should have asked you this question.
I know, this was a perfect moon
earlier off
sat
the
on his
commercial
ball
break.
today. He's still recovering.
How long? Yeah, it's been probably 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You're still, how do your balls feel?
I'm
How'd
fine
you
now.
step on those, by the way?
But it was 8 or 9 minutes.
How long does it take to recover?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because it really does depend sometimes, but you'll feel it for a while, but I say like to get your air back and everything, sometimes maybe like a good minute or two.
Okay.
But there's times where you'll feel it hours later. You're like, that was a good knock.
A little tummy ache.
All right, we're going to stay in the genitalia realm.
All right,
Here we go.
good.
Rafe, When a man is submerged in water, what does the penis do? Does it just float around?
It breathes.
It's like a snorkel? Again, these are women questions online.
It is a little seahorsey sometimes.
Submerged, so we're not talking like top of the water. We're
No,
talking
you're like in
underwater.
a pool. Yeah, you're up to chest height water.
It depends on
What's
what's
going on down there?
Not much.
It depends on what's in the. If you do like,
Is it just like
if you do a salty bath, it kind of
It's
more buoyancy?
it's got a little thing to it.
yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's not like a bobber or anything like that. It's
It does want
it
air.
is a bobber because it shrinks up.
Yeah, it does want air though. It tries to go up to the air.
Kinda. I
Interesting.
mean, it's just like I would say it doesn't do anything else that you're.
Yeah, if you,
I
if
got
you
with that
slowly
one.
sink into a bath, it goes. Oh!
It comes to the top and gets one breath of air.
It's a snorkel.
You see the little eye open up and it closes.
It's down Periscope.
He's holding it.
Every guy right now is thinking about.
Hang on, buddy.
And then also
Time to get watertight, boys. Lock it down.
follow-up question to this, Rafe. When a man jumps into
Moon's dying over there, dude.
when a
Got
man
his
jumps
ass.
into really cold water, what exactly happens to your nuts?
What exactly happens? When
Yeah,
you get
because in our heads it's like it goes like you.
It really
it
is.
goes
What
up to
happens
the body.
is the cold water constricts the skin of your
Scrotum.
B-sac, your
Okay.
scrot, and it gets super tight because you're freezing and your body is literally trying to get warmth and it's pulling everything in. The way
Yes.
it pulls blood in, so your scrot gets super tight, which and it feels like your testicles actually go up into your pelvic region,
Yes,
and then
our ovaries
your
now.
penis is like, where'd my friends go? And then he's like, all right, guess we're out of here. he locks it in.
His
so it's
bodyguards
kinda
disappear.
like-
He's
yeah, your penis kind of goes into his version of the fetal position,
Yeah,
whatever that is.
They're all huddling up together.
And then it's like, hey, yeah, it's kind of like it's like someone saw a lion. If we were out for a walk and we were kind of spread out as a group,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a bear. And I'm like, get close.
Yeah,
Right.
We all got
Make it
close.
look big.
We get as tight, but instead of getting big, it gets tight and small. And it just, everything compacts because it's like the same thing's happening with your whole body. Like even as a woman, I'm sure when you get in super
Contracts.
cold water, you're like, you shrink up. You don't ever expand. You don't jump in cold water and go, oh, that was great. You're like, oh, it's like your entire body is trying to become as much of a ball as it can. So that includes your testicles and your penis.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, now we're gonna have a pop quiz, and this is the final
Oh,
thing.
here's the pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Moon,
Yes.
why do women have cramps during their periods?
Trying to get that stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
What stuff? What are we talking
well,
about?
you know, your uterine wall is shedding and everything, and you're trying to get. You got to get the. Hey, this ain't working. Let's try it
Hey.
again. Let's try it again next month. But we got to get rid of this stuff right now.
100% correct. You get the dinger. That's amazing.
Whoa.
The cramps.
I don't want the dinger.
You
thank
get the dinger.
wow.
It might be. That's not the
Oh
one.
no.
Let's see where.
There we go.
I got it.
So yeah, cramps are caused by the contractions of the uterus shedding the inner lining of the uterus. Okay, so for the next month you could possibly have a baby. All right, Scott.
Yep.
What is the only form of birth control that also prevents sexually transmitted infections?
Okay, say that one more time.
What is
come
the
on.
only form of birth control that also prevents
this.
STIs, sexually transmitted infections?
The only
You get 3 seconds. 2.
is it the old-fashioned way?
What does that mean? No.
I can't say it
It's a
on air.
Condom.
You goof.
Condom. Okay, no point awarded for Scott. Okay.
Abstinence. Where are you at? The guy that waited until he was.
Well, that too, but
Well-
I was really looking for condoms.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Trying
it
to
was
promote
condom.
sexual health here.
I think said the okay.
It's
I
okay.
misunderstood.
That's
your
all right.
It's
question.
okay, Scott.
Rafe,
leaving 3 feet for Jesus. That's how
Yes.
you do it. Yes.
true or false?
True.
You can get pregnant if you make love in a hot tub.
True.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh,
Where do you think I came from?
I know. You were born in a heart-shaped hot tub. Way to go, Jackie. Moon,
Yes.
do periods synchronize between roommates?
Oh.
They're both female?
They can. Yes, they certainly can. And in my household, it's all synced up.
No, it's a myth.
oh.
There's no scientific proof that we all sync up when we're
Bro,
together.
come to my house. I have all the proof you
I know.
need.
I've synced up with friends. But they say it's a myth. It is
I think that's not a myth.
It is not scientifically true.
This is. Come to my house.
I'm coming
in
over
3
to your
weeks.
house. Okay.
I'm telling you.
King Scott,
Thank you for that.
I'm getting
I got
the
it
point.
correct.
let's get it back. How big are a woman's ovary? A, an almond, B, an orange, or C, a golf ball? How big?
Give me an almond.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Size
Well
of an
done,
almond.
Give me an almond.
And then finally, Rafe Dean.
Almond.
What is a money piece?
Whoa.
What is what?
What is a money piece?
The way you tilted your head.
A money piece.
I feel like the whole listening audience
This
tilted
is
their
for
head.
something for women?
Yeah.
I want to say it's American, but I know that's not right. A money.
You're in the realm.
A money piece. Yeah, I think I'm in the right realm. It has something to do with that. It's in the pubis mound area. I don't know if I can say that on the radio.
You can say pubis mound, yes.
Great. A money piece.
A money piece.
Vagina.
I'll say it's when you get waxed up, when you get cleaned up down there.
Okay. No, it's not. It's okay. It's a blonde streak in the actual hair on your head, like the blonde in front
Oh.
of
You
your
were
face.
close.
It's a money piece.
Well, okay.
Well,
That was close. That's
Absolutely.
good.
that could
nothing
be
to do.
anywhere. That could
Vagina.
be anywhere. That sounds like a landing strip for your face to me.
That is, you're half right. We'll have half point awarded to Rafe. And that was your sexy time fun.
All
I like
right.
those questions.
That's good to know.
Welcome back to the Rizz Show. Let's just jump straight into sports. Little bit of Rafe's Sparks Report. Take it away, dude.
All right, we'll start with the St. Louis Cardinals, who extended their winning streak to 5 games. 5 games with a 10-inning victory over the Astros in Houston. That was a good luck charm down in Texas.
Thank you.
After leading 4-1 through 6 innings, the Cards saw the game tied in the 8th. The runs allowed by relievers JoJo Romero and Riley O'Brien. The game remained even into extra innings. But in the 10th, the Cardinals loaded the bases with a hit using the automatic runner, an error, and a hit batter. What a way to get it. Before Mason Wynn delivered the bases clearing double to left field. That gave St. Louis a 3-run cushion. Houston answered with a run in the bottom of the inning, but didn't have enough to do it. And Gordon Graceffo secured the final out to end the game. Wynn finished with 3 hits and capped a strong series with 7 RBIs over the weekend. He's doing it, man. Entering with just 1 RBI on the season. Cardinals improved to 13-8, marking the first time 5 games above 500 through 21 games since what year do you think, guys?
Oh, no.
2016.
2018. You're very close. They're also now 5-0 in extra inning games this season. Offensively, the Cardinals scored 4 runs in the 5th inning after being held hitless in the first 4 frames. Contributions included 2-run single from J.J. Weatherholt, Lern's friend.
Yes.
An HBI hit. Or an RBI hit from, I know I said HBI, Ivan Herrera. Jordan Walker extended his hit streak to 14 games with a double in the 8th. And Liberatore allowed 1 run over 6 innings, so the Cardinals are rolling, baby.
We are the HBI hit. The
Yeah.
Rizzuto
We are
Show.
the HBI
Hubbard
hit.
Well, this is
Broadcasting.
Hubbard Broadcasting Incorporated.
That was an HBI hit. He did it for us. Also, around Major League Baseball, the sport is remembering Garrett Anderson, longtime Angel who passed away at the age of 53. Anderson spent 15 of 17 seasons with the Los Angeles Angels and was a key contributor in the 2002 World Series championship team. 3-time All-Star, finished his career with a .293 batting average, 287 home runs, and over 2,500 hits. The Angels announced they will honor Anderson throughout the season with a memorial patch on their uniforms. Moving on to, you guessed it, the thrill ride that is soccer. In Major League Soccer, St. Louis City SC fell to the Seattle Sounders 4-1. Is that because is Sounders because of the thing?
Sounding?
The sounding?
They're big
No.
It's because they're
They
right
do
by
that in
the
Seattle?
Puget Sound.
It's
I
a
was
good question, though.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
My buddy, our saxophone player from Real Big Fish, went to the game. I had a ticket. I was supposed to go to that game, and then I ended up, playing for the opener as well. But he was like, "Yeah, St. Louis wasn't the worst team. The Seattle just beat them." He's like, I don't know how that score ended up being like that because St. Louis had the ball the majority of the game.
Well, I'll tell you how it happened. Christian Roldan scored 2 goals for Seattle, while Albert Rusnak, probably messed that up, had a goal and 2 assists. Seattle built a 3-0 lead before adding a 4th late in the match. St. Louis was able to get on the board in stoppage time with a goal from Edward Lowen, and who was making his first appearance of the season. He's a new guy.
No, he's not new. His wife had passed away.
Oh, that's sad.
So this is his return after that. So
I'm glad he got a goal. That's
it was really
sweet.
nice for him to get a
With
goal.
the loss, St. Louis is now winless in 3 consecutive pitches or matches or whatever the hell it's called. Moving on to something cool.
Boys.
The NFL draft, baby. In the NFL, attention turns to the 2026 NFL draft, which begins this week in Pittsburgh. This year marks the 91st edition of the draft and the first time the event has been held in Pittsburgh since 1948. Activities will take place at Point State Park and Acrisure Stadium. All 32 teams will participate over 3 days, selecting from the top college prospects to build their rosters for the upcoming season. A notable change this year, though, is the reduction in time per selection in the first round from 10 minutes to merely 8 minutes, intended to speed up the pace of the event, which means if people want to trade up, they're going to have to be on the ball and negotiating faster. The draft schedule as follows. Round 1 begins Thursday at 8 Eastern. Rounds 2 and 3 take place Friday at 7 p.m. Rounds 4 through 7 will be held Saturday beginning at noon. If you want to watch it, you can watch it across the NFL Network, ESPN, ABC, ESPN Deportes, with streaming options available through network platforms. That's it. That's all that's good in the news today. I'm not Bob Uecker. The Indians suck. Kiss my ass.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us for today. But it's not it for you on Rizz Show material. Why? Why? Because there's a new video that came out this morning on the Rizz Show YouTube channel. It's called Who Farted on the Live Stream, Caught on Hot Mic. Now, this is obviously... Who did that? It wasn't me.
Was it you?
No, it was not me.
This was
I.
Every time.
There are rules, okay? And I'm a rule abider. Now, listen to me. The video department hired all sorts of investigators, and they spent countless hours. They haven't slept, actually, in 6 weeks since this happened last time. And they released a video that is one of the finest videos I think has ever been made. Now, right now, it's only on the Rizz Show YouTube. It'll be on Netflix and Hulu and all that, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah.
But this particular video can only be found on the Rizz Show YouTube, and it is a must-see. Go see it today. I didn't realize what was behind Lern this entire day, behind your camera, but it was a piece of the investigation, I believe. It's a must-see.
The velocity of a fart is really what that diagram looks like.
They broke down... Have you seen the video yet?
No, I haven't watched it.
They broke down the sciences of how farts and audio and video and Rizz Show and everything works. It is a must-see, ladies and gentlemen. Also, don't forget to sign up to be the Team Rizz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, just like today's. Matt Baker.
What's up, Matt?
Matt Baker from St. Louis, and he has a great pick. So happy 420, everybody. It's not a 420
and
song.
And also with you.
Yes. Happy 420. Be safe. We will see you tomorrow. Make sure you check out that video. Here is what Matt Baker wanted to. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, guys. Don't forget, the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring, and the podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto, and the podcast is titled
Smell is the Basin of the Snorkeling Penis.
That's right.
Happy 420.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Energy up.